What's happening, everybody? Y'all know who it is. I am early, and I'm here with my guy Hellfire. Say what's up, Hellfire.
What's up?
And my guy Riddell, who will be on camera shortly. Hey, look, today is the day, man. Today is the day to have a good day. Okay, we are giving out $100 Thursdays. Come on, man. A debate off. Okay, you debate, you win, you get paid. It's simple as that. And if you make it to the final round and you sweep your opponent, I'm gonna throw in an extra 50. That's $150 just to talk football. Have you mofos that y'all know football anyway? Y'all always in the comments talking about this and that, giving y'all opinion. Well, come up on stage and give your opinion and win us $150. Show me you know ball, okay? $100 prize if you sweep your opponent in the final round. $150. Come on, man. Can't beat this. Link will be in the chat. Come in, have a good time. Join me. Let's make some money. I want to see how I win some money. Come on now. How you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling all right.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. 1 second there, guys.
Man. Alpha, what do you think about the discourse around JJ McCarthy rising in the draft boards?
I'm gonna be honest. I like I said before, I understand it. McCarthy is the youngest in the draft class. McCarthy is the one with the highest potential by default due to the situation he was in. With multiple quarterback competitions happening in Michigan while he was there, which limited his reps, limited his experience. And I also get it considering the fact that the scheme that JJ McCarthy ran makes him the most pro ready by default. I get that in every single circumstance. Do I particularly like it myself? No. But do I think if he gets put in the right situation, it'll work out the best for him? Absolutely.
So what about him do you think? So when you say right situation, Hellfire, talk to me. What's the right situation?
Either A, somewhere like a Minnesota where he could sit, or where he could like sit for a year max under Darnold, or take over midway through if Darnold doesn't play up to par due to the weapons that Minnesota has on the offensive side of the ball, Jettas and Addison and TJ Hawkinson. And they also just got Aaron Jones, who I'm a lot higher on than most people.
But I think Hellfire, I don't think about that. I think the catch is, I think because Sam Darnold's history, if they duel it out in training camp, the coaches, I think the coaching staff would let them duel it out in training camp. It wouldn't be a Darnold's the for sure starter, and then if JJ you'll come in if Darnold messes up. I think it won't be the same way they did Baker Mayfield and Tyrod Taylor, where Hugh Douglas was solely stuck on Tyrod starts. If it doesn't work out, now you come in. I think they would battle it out, and if JJ beats him, it's a Matt Flynn, Russell Wilson situation. He ends up becoming a starter. So it's not guaranteed to go to Minnesota because they have such a stain at quarterback right now, a guy who is
yeah, I definitely get it. I definitely get it. I was also thinking somewhere like Vegas. Like that's another potential. Like Vegas.
I actually love Vegas. I think a veteran team around him that he could actually probably start from the jump, honestly.
Yeah, probably good. I could see him beating out Aiden O'Connell. I could see him working out, being an Antonio Pierce guy. The culture they have there, the vets that are there. He would already have Devontae Adams at that point. That's a huge advantage for a rookie.
Yeah,
just because of the kind of talent that Tay Adams is. Like that's a huge advantage.
Yeah, I think that would be something good for him. Who we got in here coming in here? Who's this?
What's good with y'all? My name is Loha. And so I just came in here, man. I just got off the other live stream. Mars had kicked me out because I said Jalen Green was at his ceiling was like a top 3, or he was like an all-star, like a 3-time all-star or something like that, and then he kicked me out. But I'm also into football, and so I'm a Lions fan. I'm 18 and I'm here to talk to you guys about some football, And I'm kind of new to it too.
So what's your name again?
Loha.
So Loha, you do know today is $100 Thursdays, right? Do you know about this?
No, I do not.
So basically, we'll have a couple guys coming here in the next 30 minutes. We'll have one-on-one debates. Whoever makes it to the final round will be gifted $100 if they win.
Ooh.
So are you here to debate? Do you really know ball?
No, I do not. This is the wrong day.
Yeah, I mean, listen. If you don't have faith in your skills, then it's the wrong day. If you have faith in your skills, then you in the right place.
Hey man, might as well test it out. You know what I'm saying? You never know what. Test it out.
All right, actually might be the right day for you.
I'll do it then. Shoot,
Yeah,
like even if I'm wrong, shoot.
Oh man. But yeah, we're in the thick of the offseason as of right now. Couple pro days happen, of course. Malik Neighbors is rising his stock tremendously. As of right now, I mean, from what it sounds like, clearly Neighbors is number 2. Clearly at this point, Neighbors is number 2. As of right now, is the argument of Neighbors being on par with Marvin Harrison Jr. a crazy take at this point?
No.
Y'all think?
It's not a crazy take. It's an insane take. Okay. First and foremost, man, we gotta understand that what Marvin Harrison possesses at the receiver position, it's very Calvin Johnson like. We're talking about size, speed, athleticism, awareness, and this is the one you really separates him. A Hall of Fame father coaching background. Okay. His father is easily top 5 to top 7 greatest receivers of all time. And this is the guy who's mentoring you. So not only do you have all the physical gifts, like that blows your father out the water, you have your father's knowledge of the game. You've been around your father your whole life, who basically, slid you into the game to show you.
You good? You're muted early.
Yep, he's muted.
You gotta fix it. You just gotta fix it. So this is what I will say. This is what I'll say. In this draft, I feel like you can't go wrong with any receiver you take just because it's so deep of a receiver draft. Honestly, the draft position is more for them to worry about for as well how much money they gonna make. But I'm just finna just be honest, bro. Like, it don't matter. You go with what you need. Go solely off of what you need. If you need a receiver, you got a very deep pool, no diddy, of receivers that you can pick up, bro, and they should make an immediate impact when they get there. Now, if you have a preference or if you want a guy 6'4", that is okay. You go with Marvin Harrison. You go with Donnie Mitchell. You go with what's my boy over there from Franklin? Troy Franklin. Not Troy. Yeah, Troy Franklin too. But my other boy that played for Florida State. You can go with them dudes. Keon Coleman, and the other one. They got another one. He like 6'8", I believe, or 6.
Johnny
6'7".
Wilson, yeah,
Johnny
he's 6'7".
Wilson.
He ran like a 4 or 5 something at 6'7".
So if you want a receiver, like you can go with those guys. But for me, man, I would just say, you know what I'm saying? Of course, like just taking that. I think that's just for us to debate. But for me, if I'm a GM, bro, go with you. And if you want a specimen of, because it just really depends, because it's a nasty road you could go down. If you want a specimen of a receiver, that boy Leggett might be the most freakish. He might be the most freakish receiver that you'll ever come across. But I mean, like
how tall is Leggett?
I think he's like 6'4", 6'3".
I think he's only like 6'1".
Really?
I think he's probably 6'2", 6'3" with cleats though. 6'1" without cleats. So you'll be good. I mean, he's still tall. 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah, but that was a catfish that was revealed during the Senior Bowl.
Oh damn.
Oh
well, yeah. I think they said the measurements were like 6'3", 6'4". It turned out he's like 6'1", 6'2", but he still has amazing leaping ability. So I mean, it really is not going to change much. He's still a physical beast, and his measurements are crazy.
Appreciate the pull up for sure. Yeah. I didn't know you pulled me up so fast. I just got on here. I appreciate it though.
No, you good. Early, a black screen. What's going on? All right. Well, he fixes himself.
I'm good right here.
No, I was talking to Early.
I bet.
Well, what's your name, my boy?
My name's Malik.
What's good, Malik, man?
What's good?
You got anything to say coming up?
Man, yeah, I'm a Minnesota resident, bro. So I got a little podcast with my friends too, bro. We've been stressing about our quarterback situation, bro. I feel like out of all the 5 guys out there, there's not really one guy I like more than any other. I think they're all good. Like I can see JJ being really nice. I can see Michael Penix flourishing. I can see Drake May flourishing. I can see Jayden Daniels flourishing. I can even see Bo Nix playing good under our, with our system and, the weapons we have at place. I just want you guys' opinions on what do you think the Vikings should do for a quarterback?
What they should do?
Yeah.
It's really interesting right now because I'm not high on McCarthy, but McCarthy is so loved in the NFL. The NFL loves this dude. It's crazy. I did not like this is beyond what Will Levis type hype they were getting. This is probably on par with Anthony Richardson hype in terms of maybe higher actually, maybe higher than Richardson hype.
Yeah, a little bit higher because of the fact that McCarthy's more pro rating than what Richardson was when he came out.
Yeah. So JJ McCarthy is going to be a quarterback that unfortunately you have to trade up to get because there's at least 3 or 4 teams that are considering getting him, including the Giants, unfortunately, the Vikings, the Broncos, and the Raiders. As of right now, those 4 teams need a quarterback, so they want to get a quarterback. So Minnesota, you got 2 first-round picks. Y'all are going to trade up to get JJ.
Yeah, the number 3.
Y'all are
number 3, the number 4, and the Jets pick are all available to be talked about for trade. From what I know of right now.
So I'm going to let y'all know. If you finna waste those picks on JJ, listen here. If you the Vikings, whoever asked that question, if you the Vikings, you should be gunning for Penix or Bo Nix.
Man, give me P. Give me Mike P. Give me Mike P.
Them are the only 2. And for me personally, I ain't gonna lie, 4s with that situation, right? I talk shit about him, but I do like Bo Nix in that situation, bro, because you got to remember when he was at Auburn, he had a terrorist receiving corps. Like the receiving corps they have today, and his offensive coordinator was a terrorist as well. So the whole dynamic of that team from top down, I know I'm a Bama fan, but I'm just being objective right now. From the top down with the University of Auburn, they did not put Bo in a position to win, right? I feel like he could have a Herbert-esque, and I ain't gonna say he's gonna be Herbert, but with the physical tools that he possessed, bro, like you can just see how that offense look over there at Oregon. They really didn't miss a beat with Bo Nix. Like when they went from Herbert to Bo Nix, and just that offense really,
it was definitely clicking.
Still clicking. So I can't really do Bo Nix like that. So that's why I say if you pair him with somebody like Jefferson and Addison, oh my goodness, bro! Like, dog, like he really because of the tools that Bo Nix possess. Great legs, strong arm, very, very big, no diddy. That is an NFL quarterback right there, bro. Like, I like the only reason I would say Penix because I ain't never seen a quarterback with that deep ball accuracy ever. Like the deep ball accuracy that kid possesses, man, is like next to is Warren Moon. It give me Warren Moon vibes. So
you talking about Penix or Bo?
Penix.
Oh yeah, facts.
The way he throw them deep passes, like I ain't never seen that deep pass accuracy like that. Like so,
and that Vikings offense is ready right now.
Right now,
man.
So and believe it or not, bro, I know a lot of folks don't like this, bro. Somebody need to jump for that boy Joe Milton. The more and more I watch him do, I don't care. Somebody need to jump for him, bro. Because y'all
waste a pick.
It ain't gonna be a waste of pick.
Take that 4th rounder early. Respect him.
Nah. The reason why it ain't a waste of pick because he 24, so he should be ready to go anyway. Like he should be ready to go. He ain't had enough trials and tribulations to where you know how to respond to adversity, right? So in the NFL, I really feel like the NFL, instead of throwing 15-yard outs, they 18 to 20. Instead of throwing 15-yard posts, they 18 to 20. They 20-yard comebacks. So a lot of them intermediate inaccurate problems is going to get fixed based off of how deep the routes are ran, bro. Like that's going to the NFL caters to strong arm quarterbacks. Just look at Josh Allen. That's why I said y'all cannot love Josh Allen but hate Joe Milton because Josh Allen wasn't shit coming out of Wyoming. He wasn't the guy he morphed into today. It was through the space and how the NFL is ran, what benefits the tools and physicals he has, dog.
First of all, Bama.
I mean,
Joe Milton.
I've said the same thing to people talking about how QBs with that kind of set of tools, with the strong arm, athleticism, and
that's why I love Mike.
Physicality and mobility, things like that. And to the people that feel like those quarterbacks are above others, where is the hype for Joe Milton?
I think the reason why
Josh Allen.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. My bad, boss.
Josh Allen coming out with one younger. You're telling me Joe Milton, 24 years old? You know how nasty that is to be 24 and have no good tape. None. 24 years old.
Thank you.
No good tape. The thing about Josh Allen was he was a younger guy. So it's said that with JJ McCarthy. It's potential there.
Mm-hmm.
At 24,
those guys were like 20
Joe
years
Milton
old,
is even more cooked than possible.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I agree with that.
And again, if you think Josh Allen wouldn't shit come out of college, then Joe Milton must not be. If you think Josh Allen would shit, Joe Milton must not be a goddamn thing. If you think Josh Allen would shit, because it's not even the same. The potential, and also let's remember, Josh Allen was saved. Josh Allen was saved. He was a bust too the first 2 years in the league.
What was the potential? But early, can you tell me what was the potential of Josh Allen? Because him coming out of Wyoming, he only completed like 52 to 54% of his passes. So what potential is y'all looking at that y'all not looking at for Joe Milton?
It was strictly eye test with Allen. And in fact, he was like 21, 22. You got to think Joe Milton, 25, with no elite year in college. That's scary.
I give you the age shit.
That's scary.
I give you the age shit. But that's
not even that he just old. It's the fact that he old with no elite year in college. Like, dude, we seen old guys.
Yeah.
He was elite day last year. He was old and not elite. It's a bad mix. That's the only thing.
Exactly. Like
Bo Nix, Burrow, like those older guys that came out of the draft. Even a Brandon Wheaton, I'll give it to you. He had a great season at Oklahoma State before he came to the NFL. So they drafted him at 26 years old because he showed something. A guy like Joe Milton, dog, you are literally throwing a rock into the ocean, hoping it's going to work out. And you can get fired. You can definitely get fired behind this because one thing about Joe Milton, because he is such a physical specimen, if you put him behind a guy who's shaky, the fans are going to force that guy in the same way they forced Trey Lance in. Because he looks good.
Amazing.
Put Joe in. Put Big Joe in.
Joe.
Water, as a GM, you can easily get your job taken.
I mean, at this point, though, when it comes to the Joe Milton, it's not like, well, I don't think Bama's saying this, but it's not like we're trying to say that he should be first round, not even second round, probably not third round, but fifth, fourth is a possibility, especially for a team that is looking.
Bama said trade up. I ain't trading the goddamn thing for Joe. I'm gonna get him if I can get him.
No, I did not say trade up for Joe.
No, him and I are looking for the same thing. Yeah, him and I are looking for the same thing. Where's the hype from the people who dick ride tools and athleticism and mobility? Where's the props?
Thank you.
Here's my thing, though.
Not consistent across the board. Y'all pick and choose when y'all want to hype the tools and the physicality of a player. Like, we hyped it for. Listen, A.R. Richardson was a bum after that Utah game. But when we saw him run a 4.40, had a fucking 11-foot broad jump, he jumped the 44-inch vert. We went crazy and said, hey, he's a top 5 quarterback off of his physicals. And what I'm saying is Joe Milton showed us them same physicals through subpar play, just how Anthony Richardson did, just how Josh Allen did. But when y'all saw them, I'm not just y'all, but I'm just saying the media, when they saw those physicals, they went crazy. So all I'm just saying is I wanted to be consistent. Why is nobody crazy? Because I still got the same energy I had for Anthony Richardson. I was hyped when I saw Anthony Richardson run a 4.4 jump 40-inch vert. So when I saw Milton throw the ball 90 yards, you damn right, I'm keeping the same energy because I got to be consistent because myself personally, I'm a physicals guy. I like the physicals because I feel like with quarterbacks, right, you can teach them between the ears stuff, just like what the ball did with Josh Allen. So I gotta give Joe Milton that same shit I afforded Josh Allen because everybody on Player Choice knew I was hating on Josh Allen. I was calling him a fraud, all of that. But dude turned it around to where he top 3 quarterback in the league. We just gonna call it what it is. He's top 3 easy, however you want to put it. Easy top 3.
No debate.
No question.
None.
Do you think Penix to Miami would be what you guys would need? because
No,
that's the pressure.
I don't think
you're
Penix
throwing
should
out
go
oh,
to him.
dang.
No. I think Penix should go to a team that he doesn't have as much expectation, because the moment you put Penix behind Tua, the expectation is he's going to take Tua's job and lead that offense. That will be the expectation for Penix. And as of right now, I think he needs to find out who he is. And there is a team that he can find out with who he is with the Vikings and the Raiders.
definitely.
I
Right away.
wouldn't want to see him on the Broncos, but the Vikings and the Raiders are legit teams that I think he can go to. If I had to pick a situation for the Vikings, I would say in that 11, I think they have the 11th pick.
Yep.
In the 11th pick, I would pick Penix, because you can't guarantee that the Broncos or the Raiders are not going to pick him right after.
It definitely will.
Well,
So,
they have
big
the
Yeah,
11
if the Vikings
and
is
the
trading
23.
up. if the
No,
Vikings
exactly.
trade up,
So
you
the
go
number
get
23
Daniels.
pick, you go cornerback,
Daniels.
because their
You
secondary
trade up
is
to get Penix.
pretty
Or
bad.
Knicks. It don't even make sense. And I do feel like this too. If you do get a JJ McCarthy and the Vikings want JJ McCarthy, I look at it like this. This is another solution for them. Is Joe Flacco still a free agent?
Joe Flacco, he's a Colt.
He's a Colt. He's
a
gonna
Colt.
be AR's back. He's gonna be AR's backup.
So
Yeah.
I'm looking for an older guy like that I can put on the team right away. Because I mean, I'm not a Sam Darnold fan, but I mean,
Ryan Tannehill's the only guy available right now.
I don't know why they didn't get Jeff Tannehill.
Can
Like, I
somebody
don't know why they
tell
didn't do
me?
that.
I can't do Tannehill.
Can somebody on this panel tell me why the fuck? That just pissed me off hearing that Joe Flacco is the backup for Anthony Richardson. Why the fuck would you hire Cam to be a backup for either Anthony Richardson or CJ Stroud or Bryce Young or one of these young? He even talked about this on his 4th and 1 show where he was saying, I'm willing to be a backup to tutor one of these young guys. That is so crazy to me. Like that is.
But Bam, you got to
crazy
understand
right
that I don't
That
give a
is
damn
beyond
what
crazy.
Cam is saying. At the end of the day, come out of the draft, they compare Cam to a Magic Johnson type of prospect just because of what he could do for a franchise right away off his personality alone. He had the big smile. He had the boastful personality. Like they were literally calling him a football Magic Johnson because of how he could change the fortune for a franchise off of his image alone. Only a few guys have come into the league that has such a aura about them that if you went to a bad team, you could literally change the face of that franchise. I like Caleb Williams, Andrew Luck, Cam Newton. So that's it. So because of that type of mentality, you got a hit podcast, you're very known. Anybody you sit behind gotta play good, because if they don't, Cam is a personality where he ain't even gotta try. The fans gonna be asking to put Cam in. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of these guys don't want to put Cam behind.
Early has a point. Early has a point there. Well, hold up. Early has a point there. There are some star quarterbacks in the NFL that throughout history that you could never imagine them backing anybody up, right? Cam Newton obviously is going to be that guy. Eli Manning's that guy you couldn't imagine. Peyton Manning's that guy you couldn't imagine. These are quarterbacks that no matter how bad they become, the idea of them backing up someone else is ridiculous. So that's just going to be that situation.
As good as CJ Stroud was last year, y'all, if Tom Brady said, you know what, I want to play football one more year, and the Titans picked up Tom Brady, you think Tom Brady can just sit on the sideline, collect a check?
Oh no, the people will go like, bro, why is Tom Brady backing up CJ? Like, what are we doing?
We will forget all about CJ to make a rookie year and be like, yo, why is Tom not starting?
Facts.
Why is he starting?
That's just the situation. Yeah, especially since Anthony Richardson, yes, he had promised, but he only played 4 games.
Yeah,
he only played 4 games.
The thing that you brought up with
Brady,
if
Cam goes,
people were going to just sit and forget about what Brock Purdy did.
Cam's playing.
Yeah, with what you guys brought up about Brady, people were going to sit and forget about what Brock Purdy did leading the Niners to the conference title game. If Brady was signed, Purdy's sitting. So that would have been the same. That would have been the same way.
Yeah, some guys you don't even want to do that because, and even this as a young quarterback, even if I'm sure of myself, like I see CJ Stroud, if you go get a Cam, a lot of guys might be like, well, why you go get Cam? You know, like I had a great season last year. Like that, Cam one of the few quarterbacks who puts some fire on your ass and scares you, even if you're a great quarterback. Like, well, why is he? What I do? Did I do something wrong last year? Why the hell is he Cam here? You got to understand, Cam's the guy that in the meeting room or in the interviews after the game, they want to have Cam opinion, and Cam ain't played a lick, ain't played a snap. Cam, what do you think about the offense? Cam, what do you think about the coaching staff? Like, he's one of them guys that would just take attention away, the same way Tebow was at a moment. So I think a lot of people are not getting him just simply because of that. And he would have to go somewhere where the guy is so solidified that it doesn't matter, or an old school vet where it don't matter. But any of these young guys, man, if something happens, man, and Cam takes over, now we rocking with Cam. Now imagine this. Imagine you go to a CJ, right? You go to a Texas. CJ might get hurt for 3 or 4 games. And them 3 or 4 games, Cam goes bonkers. You think the fans want to see CJ back in the game? Or AR back in the game? Why are we putting AR back in? Cam was killing.
I mean, I think CJ Stroud, to be honest with you, I think CJ, if let's say the Texans sign Cam Newton, right? I honestly feel like people would much rather see CJ go out there over Cam. Now,
he might be the only
I
situation.
understand. Like,
he might be the only situation. Will Levis, AR, no.
Because the thing is like when we talk about like CJ came off of a season that like literally like shocked the whole NFL like world when it came to the Texans, right? Because they got to the playoffs and then they beat the Browns, one of the best defenses in the league, and it's just like, and he already is looking like he's already looking cold, like just as a rookie, and a lot of people have a lot of hype around the Texans now because of him. So I don't know if you put Cam Newton like, you know, like I forgot who gave the example of like
Bryce Young, Will Levis, CJ Stroud,
Brock Purdy. Like, let's say Cam Newton goes to the 49ers. I think Cam Newton would most definitely start over Brock Purdy. Like 100%.
I don't think he would start over Brock Purdy initially.
So that's what y'all.
But if Brock Purdy messes up, even after the season Brock Purdy had, they would be calling Cam.
But I think the thing is that like even after the season, I think a lot of people still don't give Brock Purdy the credit that he gets after literally like helping that team get to the championship game, right? Because like I don't think or to the Super Bowl, my fault. Because at the end of the day, like people give more of that credit to, you know, McCaffrey, to Kittle and Debo Samuels and all those other guys, because like that's just how they see it. You know what I'm saying? Like people still don't think Brock Purdy that cold. I'm gonna just be real. Like based off of what I'm seeing, all on the media, like there's not that many people. Bro, Cam Newton literally said he was what did he say? What did he call Brock Purdy?
Game manager.
A game manager. I'm like, bro, like that's already showing me that like when he
underrated.
A known, like he's underrated. Like when a known quarterback is literally telling other people that another quarterback is just a game manager, and then you got all these other people kind of like just listening to him because he's a likely Hall of Famer. And he's also a guy who, you know, has been well established in the league and now essentially made his name even more known.
To be fair to Cam Newton, he did specify later on that there's nothing wrong with being a game manager. I think the connotation obviously got taken in a
he called Tom Brady a game manager.
Yeah, and even Mahomes, people say Mahomes this year was a game manager, right? So there is a distinction in terms of like how the offense is run, how you manage the game based off the scheme versus how you change the game based off your playmaking ability. And I think that's the only thing that he was kind of referring to.
I just think through the years we put a nasty connotation on game manager. So for our eyes, game manager is a Trent Dilfer, is a Brad Johnson. He's the guy that you basically put on a good team and it's like, don't fuck it up. Jimmy Garoppolo with the 49ers. He's a guy that say you put on the team and you say don't fuck it up. Just don't fuck it up. You ain't got to do much, just don't fuck it up. So because of that connotation that we've created for game manager, it doesn't display as what a game manager is. A game manager is somebody who can manage the game.
Gotta make a tier for it, I think.
You know what I mean? Manage the game. Know who to hit on 3rd and 10. Know situational football. No, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a game manager, somebody who can manage the game. But again, we created game managers to be somebody who's like being managed and just, okay, you're watching over him and you're making sure he don't mess up. He's not the guy, and he probably never will be the guy, but hey, man, with a good enough team, don't fuck it up. And I think, you know, that's the reason why people take it to offense. But when you look at the league of guys who are like, it's only about, even in our top 10, let's be real, it's only about 3 to 5 guys who we really can say like are like crazy good. Like
elite?
Not even elite, but when I say like can do something that nobody else can do in a sense, or not most people can do, which takes them over the top. Like no one can throw a deep ball like a Patrick Mahomes or
Justin
Josh
Herbert.
Allen. No one can improv like Josh Allen.
Yeah.
No one can run like Lamar Jackson. Guys like CJ, there's nothing CJ does amazingly great where you would say like, oh, somebody else can't do that. Like it's nothing CJ Stroud does for me that Jordan Love can't do. You understand what I'm saying?
But do you think that he has that aura? Like, do you think? Because honestly, I think the one thing that also two people got to understand is like finding like a quarterback that's like a Patrick Mahomes or a Tom Brady or a Peyton Manning. Like those type of quarterbacks. Like those type of quarterbacks are kind of hard to find in the NFL in general. Me personally, because I see. Like, because those guys, like, they are able to make a franchise, like, go over the top, like you guys said, right? So it's like,
below high, even as a, let's be real, even as a prospect, Tom Brady and as a prospect, now y'all know I'm Tom Brady, I would never switch up. So y'all chat, don't be sad, switch up. But even as a prospect, what Mahomes can do as a prospect smokes Tom Brady and Peyton Manning out the goddamn water. Like if they're rookies and they're coming to the draft and you know what they can do, I'm not taking Tom Brady or Peyton Manning over Patrick.
But
Mahomes.
I'm not.
I don't want
about,
a 6'5" smart nigga who's stiff as a bat. No thank you.
I'm not talking about in terms of prospects. I'm just talking about in terms of guys who can instantly like make their teams just be one of the best teams like instantly in the league just because of their style of play. Like that's hard. That's hard to do. And because quarterbacks, like I said, in terms of quarterbacks, like finding like a quarterback that can really do that and like give you championships or give you championship type runs to where they can like get to at least a conference finals or get to a Super Bowl at the very least. Not win it, but at least get to it is like really hard to do. Like to find those type of gems.
Here's why I gotta be nasty. Oh, I hate to be nasty, but I'm talking about tickets, boogers, and eating them nasty. Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. What we forget is that although they put up great stats, first of all, Tom Brady was a bona fide game manager when he first came to the league. He's nothing special about him. Okay.
Whoa! Nothing special is crazy.
For sure, yeah.
Tom Brady,
he's right. He's right.
Underrated in his accuracy.
Tom Brady
was not supposed to be.
His arm was underrated. Yeah.
To be fair, I want to put this out there because I found this out actually relatively recently. I think either a scout or part of the offense, one of the the lower end coordinators, actually said that Tom Brady was going to be the best quarterback in the NFL the moment he saw him. Like that was actually a quote that said based off his attributes in terms of he's not arm strength up here, but his accuracy and his understanding of the game was at such a great level. And, I definitely respect that aspect. What Early's saying is fair also in terms of like who Mahomes is in the game, especially today.
I'm sorry. I only judge people off how they play at Alabama. And Tom Brady came back from down 21 versus my Crimson Tide back when Michigan played at Alabama.
Jesus Christ.
And he ended up beating them boys. So that's when I knew Tom Brady was going to be the Brady that he is today.
My thing is this, and I'm going to be fair. I'm be fair. As great as Tom Brady is, he probably the only one where I can say, okay, dude, he was very good. He was so good that, he can make something out of nothing. Yes. But a lot of times, man, especially like a Peyton Manning, like you're saying, Aloha, that we can, those guys who can get you good and who can win it for you every year. But let's be real, man. When it mattered the most, Peyton Manning definitely would it fluttered. Like he wasn't the guy in the playoffs.
Yo.
He was both in playoff runs, he was carried up.
And then plus he only got 2 championships and so forth.
That Broncos team went to Super Bowl if Riddell plays quarterback. Let's get something clear. That was his career. Peyton Manning's arm was a noodle. Peyton Manning's arm was a noodle. He couldn't complete a 20-yard pass. His arm was a noodle. Let's be real. And Tom Brady also a person who benefited from a lot of strong defensive-minded coach in the early times. You know what I'm saying? Now Tom Brady, who he became after years later, was different. But let's be real. At that point, Tom Brady, after 12, 13 years in the league, you've seen everything. At that point, it was nothing you could do. And let's be real, it took Tom Brady. We forget this too. I love Tom Brady, but we forget this. The reason why he left New England is because, or they were able to give him up from New England because they realized that he couldn't win. Like, he couldn't do it by himself no more. When he went to that Buccaneers team, people forget it was a loaded team. Draymond Woods threw 40 and 40 over there a year before. That was a loaded Bucs team that he went to. So it ain't like he took a team in his later years and carried them. If he would have stayed with the,
I don't think no.
I believe he doesn't win any more championships.
But that's unfair. I think that's unfair to say. No,
the reason why Brady left
unfair.
was not because they didn't think he could do it anymore. They simply were not going to give him that extension to 45. Belichick and Kraft knew that Brady was still able to do it. It was all Belichick's stubbornness and pettiness. Because
they weren't going to win it.
But if he believed it, he's the owner. If he believed it, Tom Brady goes nowhere.
But I also think though too.
Yeah, like, if he stayed on the Patriots, they're not winning a Super Bowl.
Thank you.
But like also being real though too. I mean, like we can't just be saying that like in terms of the game of football, like we can't just be saying that like one player can just carry the whole team in a game, right? Like. Everybody kind of has to like play a part. Now, I'm not saying that like there's certain games in the season or even through the playoffs where like, okay, yeah, that one player like would have like a game that just, you know, would kind of tower the rest. But it's just I think it's unfair to say because the game of football is not like basketball where you're playing both sides. Like literally one possession and the next possession, you literally are playing like you're playing one possession by one possession, like every minute, and then on top of that, you're also like sitting down, and then you're letting everybody else do the rest of the work on the other side.
But I'll say this though. Hold
on. This is what I'll just say, just from experience, bro. You right, because quarterback is one of the most dependent positions. Because like you said, everybody kind of got to do their part in order for them to shine. But I will say this in a regard, right? Until you experience playing with a bad quarterback, because one thing about quarterback on offense, they touch the ball every play, so they can affect any play. Because, like for instance, we played with a quarterback. They used to fumble the ball so much, right? They called I play fullback. They called a fullback dive. Our quarterback muffed the fucking snap on a fullback dive. Like, you literally only have one job is to hand the ball off to me, and you fucking it up right there. Like, so when you deal with that, because if they play bad, right, they literally can negate everything what everybody's doing. Like, even if you got good block, even if receiver get open, if you just have bad quarterback play, it don't matter what everybody do. Because
I'm gonna give you a prime example.
For sure.
Right? I'm gonna give you a prime example on what man was talking about, right? And he wasn't a bad quarterback. Look at Jared Goff. They literally the same team. They literally switched quarterback with Matthew Stafford, and that offense looked totally different. Completely different, night and day. Win the Super Bowl the first year with him. That's how much of a difference a quarterback can do for you. And although,
but I'm not saying.
Although in football you can't, one guy can't win the game for you completely. But there are situations where when you are that tier of a quarterback or a player, it can change. Let me tell you why I say that. If you have a bad defense, right? Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady can keep the ball away from the offense for a long period of time by literally digging a diamond on purpose just to give his defense rest and keep his defense on the field. Like, there are players who, if they're put in a situation, they know how to bleed the clock on you where you'll never touch this bad boy ever again. And that is a separator. So, yeah, you're not playing offense and defense, but if I can keep my defense on the field who've been playing bad, I'm kind of playing offense and defense. Like, what Joe Burrow did against Patrick Mahomes is way different from what Josh Allen did. Josh Allen was to keep that ball, have the ball last, win that game. Joe Burrow, in the same scenario, kept the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hands. You won't touch this bad boy ever again, and won the game. Like, that type of being able to do that, make the right throws at the right time, dig it down, know how to get the first down and move the chains just in time or just enough so that way you keep the ball. That is a separator from a lot of guys. A lot of guys can't do. So that's what I mean.
I agree with you 100%. And like, I'm not even trying to disregard, like I said, the quarterback position. That's why I gave so like high regard to a lot of like quarterbacks that was able to like, you know, turn their whole franchise around the way that they were just with their style of play, right? But the reality is that for me, how I see it is that regardless of it all, like the quarterback position it's a position that's like obviously highly valued for the reason of like, okay, like you have to throw the ball to somebody on offense, right? Like you're the playmaker, you're the person who's throwing the ball, or you're handing off the ball to a guy, and you're making the decisions out there in order to really like orchestrate what's actually going on so you can score a touchdown, right? And I get that. It's just like I don't like the idea of like you have to necessarily like the only way I can say somebody like can carry, like you said, would be like, okay, yeah, like that person is staying on the field for a certain amount of time, right? To be able to, get things done, right? Which I think is pretty much fair, but I also think it's IQ. And it's like how your voice kind of and your cadence goes through the whole entire team, right? Like where is that also coming from too? Because a lot of people really do take away cadence from the equation. I think a lot of people really underrate quarterbacks' cadence and like and where and can they really like rally a team full of men who there's going to be days where some guys are going to walk on that field and they don't feel like tackling. They don't feel like going out there really like, you know what I'm saying, getting down and getting dirty and stuff, you know what I'm saying, with the rest of the guys, There's going to be days like that, because football is a mental game. Like, other than it being a physical like type of aspect of a game, like what happens physically can happen mentally. And
I mean, ultimately, though,
like
it's a team game. Of course, it's a team game. We all understand that. It's football, of course. But like Early was saying, as of right now, there's kind of two ways to win a Super Bowl, or at the very least get to a Super Bowl, is have a great team with a quarterback on a rookie contract or have that guy. Those are like two ways you can get to the Super Bowl right now. And as of right now, people are not going to get so lucky to have a young enough quarterback that can game manage their way to the Super Bowl, or at the very least play well enough to get to the Super Bowl like Jalen Hurts or Brock Purdy as of recently, or get a mediocre quarterback where they can make it to Super Bowl like a Jimmy G. So they're hoping they get that guy. They're hoping they get the guy that can be elite enough to carry a team that is good enough all around so they can get to the Super Bowl. That's what they're hoping for right now.
You're talking about teams in general, right? Or are you just talking about one specific team when you said that?
In today's era, Loha, you can't here's the thing. There are no more 2000 Ravens teams, okay? There are no more the closest thing we've had was probably that Seattle team that blew the Broncos out. Because even that Broncos team was good, but that Legion of Boom team was
but amazing. Also Russ was on a rookie contract.
There are no more of those teams when I say that, because history has shown you the last 2 years. Even if you have a great defense that can get you there with a managing quarterback, at some point in time, if you play a great quarterback, there's going to be a duel. You're going to have to duel. Ain't no hiding. Ain't no trend deal for 2000 Ravens. And I'm going to throw 7 passes and we go, no, there's going to be a duel. Jimmy G in the Super Bowl, duel. At some point in time, you're going to have to make that throw to win that game, especially when you're going against one of them guys like Patrick Mahomes. And history has shown that. Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts, Jimmy Garoppolo. You can't have a quarterback who is mid-level quarterback who can just manage the game and get it through. He's gonna have to show up and rise above his ability at some point in time in the playoff run, because the game is just different.
But let's be real though,
too. It's different.
But let's be real though too. Like looking back at the Super Bowl, right? Like, and now this ain't, and what I'm about to say is not me discrediting that Chiefs offense, because that Chiefs offense was amazing in the second half, right? But what I'm about to say here is this is what I feel like. Back when the Chiefs played like in the second half of the Super Bowl, right? The way they was getting to Brock Purdy, the way they were pressuring Brock Purdy, how I was seeing it, guys like Chris Jones and them, hey man, they was getting down. I'm gonna be real. Like they was playing their hearts out on defense. And it's like, I think essentially when it comes to defenses, I think with the 49ers, I think the problem was that like them being one of the best defenses in the league last year. I think the problem was about the 49ers was that they kind of, I just feel like they just slipped up too many times, and I feel like they got ahead of themselves, kind of like the Lions, right? I just told y'all, like, at the start, I'm a Lions fan, right? What I seen, I was so disgusted after that game. Like, after that game, because, one, I already knew our defense was bad, right? And we was getting carried by our offense. But the thing was that we got too ahead of ourselves by the time that second half came in because we were up by so many points that we didn't think that was going to happen, right? Like CJ Gardner-Johnson literally waved them goodbye, like as if like, oh yeah, we about to go to the Super Bowl. Oh yeah, look at your team. Like I was mad because like I'm like, bro, this is not over. Like y'all still need to get in the game and stop these guys. Because Christian McCaffrey, those first few drives, I already knew he was gonna go off if we did not stop him, and we couldn't stop him. We couldn't. He made us look like babies. So when it comes to defense, when I see from the Chiefs defense, like specifically from guys like Chris Jones and the rest of them guys, Snead, all them, bro, that defense made Brock Purdy like make some bad decisions, but
let's be real, Aloha. That also in the same predicament for both of you guys. I hear what you're saying. It was play calling. Both of your teams, your Lions got up, and what helped y'all win games is what killed y'all. Your coach is he's a another riverboat Ron who is going for it, and instead of taking the easy points, he wants to go for it. What will help you succeed will kill you too in the long run. If you look at that Super Bowl, that defense was okay in the second half, but what really was play calling. And Kyle Shanahan decided to take his foot off the gas, thinking because I'm up 7 points that I don't throw this thing downfield and get this thing moving and grooving. I don't want Brock Purdy to throw the game. If he plays aggressive, if he gets the ball down the field, I watched 2 or 3 drives back to back. After y'all get a pick in the second half from Patrick Mahomes, y'all above the 50. How you get no points off that? You got a pick inside the 50-yard line on y'all side and didn't get no points off of that. Then you go 2 or 3 drives when you run the ball 2 or 3 times straight. You don't want to win.
But that's why I think
if the 49ers were more aggressive, that game is easily won by a touchdown or better. But
that's exactly. That's my whole entire point, because I feel like the Chiefs came in with more aggression in that second half, and that's what ultimately made them win in overtime because they fell asleep. Let's be real. The 49ers fell asleep that last drive. Like, he was wide open for the touchdown. Right?
It's not like they fell asleep. They just couldn't stop Mahomes. I mean, there was
Mahomes got comfortable. That's all it was.
I mean, the Chiefs knew it, and honestly, because if you've seen there's a YouTube video where they are mic'd up, and you have the offensive line on the sidelines, and they saw that Mahomes was getting the ball last. All of them knew what was going to happen. Even the offensive lineman for the 49ers, Trent Williams, was like, "Oh, damn it." They knew that Pat Mahomes with the final drive at hand to end the game was a foregone conclusion. That's because Mahomes is just that guy. Because the offense of the Chiefs was very shaky in that Super Bowl. We know the weapons have been shaking consistently, but he didn't give up. He still made plays. Even the run game was pretty shaky throughout the game because of Pacheco fumble.
But he also had chances.
Actually,
he had chances. You kept it's like basketball. If I keep getting offensive rebounds, eventually I'm gonna kick it out. Y'all gonna make this 3. Eventually, if I get 7 offensive rebounds in a row and I keep kicking it out and we keep missing, eventually one of them bitches gonna hit. So I feel like what the 49ers did was, if you keep giving this man the ball and you keep giving this man and you keep not putting points on the board, eventually he gonna hit. Eventually they gonna catch the ball the way they supposed to. Eventually somebody gonna get open the way they supposed to. Eventually they gonna hit. And Patrick Mahomes is a guy where you ain't gonna keep giving me chances.
But that aggression has to be solidified throughout the whole entire game, because once you slip up, then because no team throughout that whole entire game really had a huge momentum throughout that whole entire game. Both teams were really dueling it out, and then once overtime hit, or once the last few minutes of that fourth quarter hit, that aggression was out for the 49ers. I feel like the only person
I think the 49ers were playing better football. If you watch the game again, if you watch the game throughout most of the game, I thought the 49ers had control. They just couldn't finish it. They had control. Their defense was playing out of their mind. They were getting pressure on Mahomes. The receivers couldn't get open somehow against that pretty mid-secondary other than Charvarius Ward. The run game, even though McCaffrey fumbled, was still doing pretty well against that Chiefs. It's just –
and I was just about to say, McCaffrey was doing good.
So the 49ers had the momentum. They were playing better football throughout most of the game. It's just they couldn't close it out. They didn't put enough points on the board, and that was – That gave Mahomes enough wiggle room and that Chiefs offense to come back and win the game.
And then plus, and then also too, I'm just now remembering too, Kittle and Deebo Samuels had minor injuries that also had to take them out for a few possessions too. So I will say that, but regardless of it all, it's just for me. I understand from a point of view that Patrick Mahomes is him. We not denying that in this chat. We understand that, right? But it's just I think it's essential to stay aggressive throughout the whole entire game and really make sure that your head is in you mentally is in check with what's going on, because the 49ers, man, it was just they had that game in the bag, but I just think throughout it all, especially once that fourth quarter hit, once those last few minutes, I think maybe 6 minutes left or something, and then going into to overtime, things just wasn't clicking. And I feel the one person that was really getting it done, or at least was trying to get it done on offense, was Christian McCaffrey. Just being real. And there was a lot of times where I just feel they could have stopped, or could have most definitely could have just made a difference on defense if there was just certain plays that just.
But that's why I think that I look at Brock Purdy, and a lot of people criticize me because I came onto this show calling Brock Purdy Baby Brady, because I just saw something similar to him of Brady. Brock Purdy has everything mentally you want as a quarterback, in all honesty, dog. He has the mental tools and the fortitude and the personality, the very even keel, not too high, not too low personality, that people forget this is Brock Purdy's second year in the league. Not even his full second year, because his first year was a half of a year. So this is his second year in the league. Brock Purdy, 5 or 6 years from now, who's to say that with more knowledge, he don't make the right throws in the Super Bowl this time to win that Super Bowl? Who's to say he don't make the adjustments or have the power to now make the adjustment to say, hey, coach, I know what we're doing here, but I ain't going with that. I'm going with this.
It depends on who he's throwing you to later on.
Most definitely. But, let's be real. Have the 49ers, they have shown in the last couple of years consistent that they'll put talent around people. You understand what I'm saying? Every day it's a new guy coming out the draft. It's a new D lineman. It's a new
Ayuk,
a new tight end. You know what I'm saying? You got Ayuk, for a good price. You can get deep. Listen,
Ayuk is gonna ask for elite wide receiver.
Yeah, I said you're gonna get him for a hell of a good price. I'm talking about when I say good price, I'm in a good price for them. I'm in a good price for him. So, but I look at a guy like Deebo and Christian McCaffrey, and I go, okay, cool. As good as Christian McCaffrey is, I think there is another. You can get another back eventually that can take his place. I think what you pay Deebo, you can get. Let me say something. You can get 2 or 3 receivers what you pay Deebo that are more productive than him. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm them, I'm actually looking forward to getting rid of Deebo and trying to get something else. Look at Jennings. Look what Jennings did in the Super Bowl alone. How much do you think Jennings get paid a season?
He might have been MVP in the Super Bowl.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's you can find pieces around the guy to do it. It's all depending on what Brock Purdy going to want financially and how the 49ers go to and rebuilding moving forward. But I got to be honest with you, man. I'm a little iffy on Kyle Shanahan, man. This was a close game, and you did go against the GOAT, but, man, you got this year, if he ain't get it done, man, he might be Tony Dungy. He might just be the guy who can make a great team, but they need a John Gruden to get him over the hump, sadly.
Oh, we got Johnny over here. What's good, Johnny?
Yo.
Hello? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Tony
Dungy. I heard you.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I heard you guys were talking about my team and losing the Super Bowl. I was I had to pop in.
What's happening, John? Talk to me.
49ers.
Yeah, so can you quickly recap what was you guys talking about? My bad.
So the original conversation was about the Vikings. Who could the Vikings get in order to basically at quarterback to help them go into this upcoming season? And we got to talk about Cam Newton not having a job and basically, game managers, which came to the conversation about Purdy being a game manager and how a game manager has been looked at as a bad thing over the years because we made it, we put a bad stigmatism on it, but it actually is a really good thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically we're talking about game manager quarterbacks and, guys who are game managers in the NFL who are elite quarterbacks but are still game managers because it's nothing but particularly that they do at an elite level. They're just good all the way around at enough things to make them an elite quarterback or make them a top 10 quarterback.
I mean, I kind of agree with you. There's nothing really bad about being a game manager. It is oftentimes being thrown as like a derogative, saying like, oh yeah, you can't do this, so the offense is limited to you to that, which is not really a bad thing. Like we can't really blame quarterbacks if they're drafted into a good situation. We can't
Most
really.
definitely.
It's then again, we can't if you're like a new guy, you're gonna have training wheels on, which Brock Purdy will, depending on how next year will be, those training wheels may be coming off or may not be as prevalent as they were in his first year where he took over Jimmy G and during the injury or last season where he became the full-time starter.
Most definitely.
All right. JJ, what's good? You popped in. How you feeling, my boy?
I'm feeling good. How y'all doing, man?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good.
We chilling over here. What do you think about I might as well ask you the question. What do you think about the Falcons situation right now? Because they in the was they eighth pick right now in the
Yeah,
draft.
we have the eighth.
So
the eighth
do you
in
go pass rusher? Do you go corner? Do you trade back? What is your opinions?
So I want us to go pass rusher. Just let you know that right now, wholeheartedly, before I give you my next part of my answer. But corner definitely would be a thing that we'd be looking towards. But I'm not gonna lie, we would not take him in the first round. Just being honest, even though Quinion's there and stuff like that. If anything, we really were to go defense, if I really believe this Falcons team were to go defense, they will go on the edge and go get a guy that can, go get to the quarterback, create pressure and be able to really uplift this defense more than what it already was last
Who's
year.
that guy for
Your
you?
defense. It could be I have Latu as edge one right now, Latu, but I've seen that the Falcons are really interested in Dallas Turner, and I'm not opposed to that either. So either
That's
one,
gonna be a lot of hype.
yeah. I mean, either one. I mean,
Physical
he's
beast,
just
man.
I'm saying he's a freak. So
6'6", 447,
yeah, so
10-foot broad jumps, 40-inch vert. I mean, you wouldn't hype him up.
I'm not opposed to that at all. I mean,
Who we comparing him to? I'm thinking
You don't
Julius
have to
Peppers.
compare him to nobody. He's just a specimen.
I'm thinking
When you
Julius Peppers.
get physical specimens, you compare them to themselves. Julius
You know,
Peppers didn't have no comps.
Bama, I want to say something,
Javon
man.
Curse didn't have no comps.
Bama, I want to say this though, man. You've been really big on, but he was the beginning of his time because guys have been compared to Javon
Simeon
Curse.
Rice didn't have no comps.
Guys have been compared to those guys since then. But I want to say this though, man. You've been talking about physical attributes and how you're a physical attribute guy. So why the hell do you like a 5'10", 198-pound quarterback who played for the Carolina Panthers so much?
Because for me personally, I saw Bryce since his freshman year of high school. So I've got to see it from start to finish. And his senior year, 289, yeah. So his senior year, they literally played no games in California because everybody holler, oh, California football all finesse. He literally went on a nationwide tour playing the top teams in your states, everybody's states. He hung 50 on everybody. Then he goes to Alabama, sits down behind Mac Jones. His first year taking the reins at quarterback, he goes to a championship, a natty. Come on.
Not hard with that Alabama team, but okay, go ahead.
And then the very next year with everybody going, right? We could admit that Alabama team that followed his junior year, his draft eligible year, them niggas probably should have lost 6 games. If it wasn't for Bryce, man, like literally his best weapons was Jahmyr Gibbs, who was at Georgia Tech the season before.
Ain't nobody coming to get no money, so I'm finna have some fun. Hey JJ, are you good at college sports?
I know a good amount.
If you can name me 5 quarterbacks that could have won that natty that year the Alabama team did, I catch you $10 right now.
All right, Cam Newton, Andrew Luck.
No. 5 who played the same time Bryce played.
Okay, and in the 2019 college season.
Was that 2019, Bama, or 2020?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 2019 because 2020 he was that was the COVID year.
Oh no, the year that Bama's talking about was 22.
I'm talking about Bryce last year. It was 2022.
No, we're talking about the year he won the natty, his first year.
The year he won the natty was 2021.
Yeah,
he had
2021.
Name
me 5 quarterbacks 2021 season that would have also won a championship with that same Alabama team. I give you $10 right now, please.
Okay, CJ Stroud, Anthony Richardson.
That's a lie.
It's not a lie. He could still definitely have won. Who's the quarterback for? Dylan Gabriel could have won that.
Another lie.
Quinn Ewers could have probably won that.
One more.
Bo Nix probably could have won that.
Now, explain to me why you think those guys could have won that.
I mean, if you consider all the stuff like Anthony Richardson at the end of the day, you factor in the tangibles and stuff like that, he's very well coached. You can see he's very easily coached as a quarterback in general. And you put him in a system where behind basically all pros on that team, he could definitely go out there and put up the numbers and show his raw talents to go.
So basically, what you're saying is that it is not much of a difference between Jalen Milroe and Anthony Richardson. Thank you. Next, why do you think C.J. Stroud could have won it? Matter of fact, you ain't got to explain C.J. Stroud. Next, let's go to Dylan Gabriel.
I think Dylan Gabriel is very good at smooth at processing the field. I think he's good. He can extend plays as well, but he really wouldn't need to on that team. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, you got a loaded team like that. You're just adding your traits to that team, the stuff that you could say that Bryce Young didn't have, but he does really have. I mean, Dylan Gabriel can just do that stuff and probably maybe do it better. Maybe.
Bo Nix,
I mean, you already know he got smooth arm talent. He's very accurate, you know what I'm saying, very cerebral in the pocket. And he could do the same, you know what I'm saying? Like once again, a lot of stuff that quarterbacks that Bryce Young could do, Bo Nix just had on the physical side, he had more on Bryce Young.
So what you're basically saying is there's not so many quarterbacks that are legit talents in college who couldn't have won that season just because they had so much around them, right?
Yeah, I mean, most times,
please.
I will say this: most times in college football, I think when you have loaded rosters like that, and then you have, the coach can fuck. At the end of the day, look, I've literally seen so many quarterbacks. They do one read. They literally make one read. They don't even look across the field. They don't go through the progressions. And still, they win 10+ games just because of the fact that I could look down Garrett Wilson. I'm throwing the ball. You know what I'm saying? So
I lie. People want to talk about the 40+ touchdown season.
But this is why
Jones. But that's it. If you watch the film, them niggas were wide open. They were wide open most of the time.
This is what threw me off with you early because you could easily say, I guarantee you, Ohio State would have won a national championship if Bryce was their quarterback versus C.J. Stroud. I can sit there.
Why is that?
I can sit there because I could be like, as far as poise and the willingness to win, to galvanize your team and lead your team to victory, no one put that on display more than Bryce. No one.
Damn. So what happened?
No one. He went to a team.
So you think they swapped teams? CJ plays for Alabama.
He went to a team that was worse than Alabama. He went to a team that was worse than Alabama in the NFL.
Team versus Bryce?
I think the Carolina Panthers to lose to Alabama. The Carolina Panthers, y'all put on in the NFL.
You better be lucky you are a fucking man.
That's nasty work right there. That is some nasty work.
Comparing a college team to an NFL team is just nasty thing to do in general. I'm sorry.
People overblow how bad that Carolina Panthers team is. Like they acting like this is like the worst team that has ever existed. Like it wasn't. The defense was pretty good, to be honest. The offensive line was average. The run game was cool. Like Miles Sanders is not that guy.
Say what you want to say, Riddell. Get to the point. What you want to say,
was just bad, bro. Like that's the reason why they were so bad. Bryce Young was just playing bad football. Like that is the Panthers. They acting like this was what was that one team that didn't win a single game? I forget what that.
Browns.
The Lions.
The Lions.
The Lions.
Yeah, they're acting like it's that, but it's the Panthers. Okay, a lot of the games that the Panthers played.
Don't nobody want to see.
Bro, the Panthers were actually a lot lot of close games when we were.
Thank you, Riddell. Thank you.
Season. From the perspective of the defense,
pretty good. Like, they're still not a great team. They're still not a good. Like, they're still on the lower end. But the talent, the overall roster is not as bad as people make it seem.
Hold up. You said
quarterback.
You said Bryce Young was playing bad football. Can you just not say that's because of the roster around him? He literally had an O-line that was literally turnstiles. and no one guarding him.
They were
And
like
plus,
an average. They were like average at best. They were not as bad as people make it seem.
I mean, that team
Here's
can't
my thing
stop
though.
a nosebleed.
Here's my thing though.
Yes, they were. Bryce Young would hold on to the ball.
Here's my thing though.
If you can't win that many games,
whoa. Here's my thing. Carolina Panthers didn't have a worse line than the Redskins. I mean, to the Commanders. And your boy, whatever you want to say about you call him, whatever you want to call him. Sam Howell still was throwing that motherfucker. It's about what you got in you. What do you have in you? That was
But then you could just point to the receivers too. He had
led the league in yards damn near. So what are we talking about?
what was their record last season? What was their record last season?
Did they win 2 games? 2?
I'm like 4, I think.
Maybe 4.
I mean,
Honestly, if Andy Dalton was the quarterback, they would have won
close
6.
games, that
I'm
means you
dead
got a
ass.
good
Bro.
team. I'm gonna be real with you.
They won 4 with DJ Moore. You take DJ Moore away, they only won 2 with the receiving core you put out there. Your receiving core got worse. And then you said, hey, Bryce, you supposed to make us win more
Watch
games.
this. Let's do it. Let's do it. First game, right? Okay. 10-24 against the Texans. I mean, against the
No, that's what we finna do. What we finna do is your boy, because Riddell said they run game wasn't that bad, and Miles Sanders only had like 500 yards on the whole.
Nah, yeah,
Well,
they were better with Chuba.
putrid.
They were better with
That's
Chuba.
putrid.
Chuba Hubbard's
So,
better than him.
hold on. So
That was a shit running game.
Atlanta, 10-24, right? Game week 2, 17-20 New Orleans Saints, right? Then you got 30 to 37 against the Seattle Seahawks, okay? Let's keep going.
I think that was the Andy Dalton
21
game.
against Minnesota, okay? Blowout versus the Detroit Lions. Blowout versus the Miami Dolphins. Then we go week 8. 15-13 went over to Houston, Texas. 14-27 game against the Colts. If you watch that game literally ended towards the end of the game. They started to give it up. 13-16 loss against the damn Chicago Bears. They got blown out by Dallas. 10-17 loss to the Titans. 21-18 loss to the goddamn Buccaneers. 6-28 to the Saints. By the end of the season, they were over with. 9-7 win against the Falcons. 30-33 loss to the Green Bay Packers. Stop acting like this nigga
Bryce
blowing
Young's
every
best
game,
game.
dog. I just named over half the season, them niggas were a touchdown or 3 points away from winning the game, dog. So what are we talking about, man? Stop acting like this team was getting blown
That's because
out.
they couldn't get over the hump.
They couldn't put points on the board. That was the problem. Their offense
Yeah, because their quality receivers were garbage. Who was that one receiver who had like a grab, and they literally like did some Looney Tunes move just to point himself out of bounds?
Oh, you talking about Mingo? Bum
Did you have that
ass.
one
He a
guy?
bum.
Mingo is bum. Yeah, but Adam Thielen's not. He's a
But
number
did we
2.
not watch Andy Dalton get in that game and immediately that offense is like a whole different team?
You
All
keep
of a
hanging.
sudden, the O-line didn't look as bad. All of a sudden, he getting the ball down the goddamn field. I watched him with my own eyes. We were saying this offense was stagnant, couldn't do nothing with him. He gets in the game and immediately he cooks. Yeah, I keep hearing the thing, well, he's a vet, so we know. No, dog. I watched Sam Howell get that ball down the fucking field. I don't care what y'all say. That O-line was terrible, but he still got it down the field because he had it in him. I don't care about. Again, we talk about Peyton Manning's rookie year. Peyton Manning also was a quarterback that, although he threw a lot of picks, he wasn't scared. I know we suck. So I'm going to chuck this motherfucker. It's like playing for a bad basketball team. I know we suck, but I'm going to get 30 shots, nigga. I don't care. I don't care.
And that's the problem.
I want to see. Yeah, I know we suck, but I'm
that's
flicking
the
this
problem.
motherfucker.
That's the
I don't
problem.
give a damn. What I got to lose?
That's the problem.
Not
That's the
scared.
problem.
You play like your team is a good team, and you don't want to lose the game. That ain't it for me. If I'm on a bad team, I get to cook. I'm throwing 40 times a game. Let this motherfucker go.
It's not the same because football is just not Madden. You speaking from a Madden standpoint.
I watched Sam Howell do it though.
People.
So what's the difference?
That's your problem.
Is Sam Howell more talented than Bryce Young? Admit it. Is he more talented?
It's a good old Southern song. I don't know if y'all know about it, but it's called "Sweep Around Your Doorstep Before You Try to Sweep Around Mine." You over there watching what somebody else got going on over there, and you ain't got the same setup what they got in Carolina. If you got the same setup what they had in Carolina, we can talk the same story. But you don't. Your team from the top down, from the GM down, is garbage. E tier, nigga. If y'all seen Solo Leveling, y'all know what E tier is. From the top down, y'all are E tier. From the GM to the head coach to the offensive coordinator, O-line, run game, all of that. What Bryce needs to be a good quarterback, E tier. But you expect him, hey, bro, you better make us C tier. You better make us A tier. And it's like, bro, first off, I can't do this because I don't have the resources I need to.
You don't want to
be
admit
able
he ain't
to
that
elevate
talented,
you
dog.
guys.
Just admit he ain't that
You
talented,
pass
dog.
talent.
Let it go.
You
He
just
ain't
don't
that
want to
talented,
admit you
man.
didn't watch him.
You know what's crazy? You
But
know
if your
what's
team only
crazy?
loses,
watch him
if
like
your
that.
team only wins 2 games throughout the season, like that's not just the quarterback's fault, in my opinion. I'm gonna just be real.
And no one's saying it's just his fault. What I'm saying to you is that he is also part of the reason why they lost, and we don't want to say that. We don't want to say that Bryce Young, if you watched the all 22 and you watched all them games, played scary a lot of times, guys.
I bet
Can we
y'all don't want to
admit
watch
that?
all
Can we
22 with
admit he
me.
looked like he was too small to play the
You
NFL at
want to
times?
see the
Can
same
we
Bryce
admit he
Young,
looked like he
bro?
wasn't ready? That same moxie and confidence that he had, that Bama talks about for Alabama, he didn't show that. That willing to win and no, he didn't show that. He didn't show that.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? Let's put things into perspective. The Panthers' #1 pick that they had for Bryce Young, they traded up to get that pick. The season before, they were actually winning games. They almost made the playoffs the season before. People expected that. There's a reason why people were like, "Oh yeah, they're about to go to the playoffs." It's because the season before with Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold, they were a team that was looking somewhat. Oh, they're better than we expected. They almost made the playoffs. Bryce Young is about to put us over the edge, and we're going to be a legit playoff team. What we're saying about the Bears, not at the same level.
Let me
Not
ask
at
you
the
this.
same level. Not at the same level.
Did they
But
have-
what we're saying with the Bears, like, oh,
DJ Moore, yes
they
or
got
no?
this.
Did they have DJ Moore? Yes or no?
No, they didn't
Did
have
they have
DJ Moore.
Moore?
Yes,
or
that's
no?
going to make the passing game a little worse, but not
A lot
terrible, like last in the
Your
league.
number one,
Considering
your
you had
number,
Adam
your
Thielen, who
number
wasn't
one. I
garbage.
don't think y'all boys understand. Your number one
Adam
receiver, a
Thielen
receiver
could not
two
get
that's
open
declining is
past
crazy,
15
bro.
yards consistently, dude. It's just as simple as that. The Panthers wide receiver core was legit, in my personal lifetime, the worst I have ever seen.
I'm not
They
gonna lie,
did
right there.
not
You
have
saying
a
they got a
single
little? You
guy
saying they got a
who
little
can
worse?
create
It's kind of
consistent
disingenuous. I'm not gonna
separation
lie.
past 10 yards. Not one. You can tell me all about the 1,000-yard season with Adam Thielen. I don't care.
I'm talking about the
could
overall
not
team.
consistently
Passing
get
is
open
pretty
past
threat.
15 yards. And when you don't have that, your offense is so limited. And you add on the fact that Carolina's run game, because they paid Miles Sanders, was an absolute joke.
Yep.
And the offensive line
Thank
was
you, Donnie.
spot on.
Miles Sanders was
God
terrible.
awful.
Yeah, their running game was
McCorner-
better with
Hakeem
Chuba
McCorner,
Hubbard.
the 6th overall pick, my personal tackle one in the draft, is absolute ass. He's not even a good run blocker, and that's
Okay,
what
so
he's
Donnie,
known for.
Donnie,
As opposed
Donnie,
to
can I just
he's
ask
No,
you
that's
one thing,
fine.
Donnie?
But the offensive line in general wasn't one of the worst in the NFL.
Donnie, if
No,
you
it
had to
was. It was
if you
bottom
had
three.
to redraft,
No,
was
it
bottom
wasn't.
even though
It
you're
was
blaming the
bottom
Panthers,
five.
Donnie, if you had to redraft, knowing what you know from this season, name me the quarterback, the order you pick your quarterback saying. If you had to redraft this draft of quarterbacks, name the quarterback order you drafted.
Well, I'm taking. I mean, I'd take Stroud first, probably, but you could really talk me into AI. But I'll take Stroud first, then I'll take AI second, then I'll take Bryce third, and then I'll take Levis fourth.
So why if the team was so fucking bad, y'all keep telling me after a nigga didn't play 4 games, we played 4 games with them? How many games did y'all play? 4 games?
AR 4 games, yeah.
So you telling me a nigga played 14 to 15 games, and you still would take a nigga who only played 4 games over him?
Because
This
early.
nigga ain't that good, man.
Because
Y'all
this
me with this shit,
you-
man.
you-
But just
because
doesn't
this-
air over him, though,
so
right?
this is why-
That makes sense.
This is why I gotta school you, man, because I know y'all
I think
boys
it's
that don't play
unfair to judge a
football.
guy after his rookie year.
Y'all get mixed.
No,
in.
I
The reason
won't give
why-
up on Bryce, but he
the
played
reason
out.
why
Shouldn't give
you
up.
take-
You
hold on,
shouldn't
hold
give
on,
up
wait,
on
wait.
any of those guys.
Hold on.
It's their rookie
reason-
season.
The
Of course.
reason
I'm taking
why
all
you
3 of them
take
guys over
somebody like
Bryce.
though,
Period.
Why are
y'all
you
hear
giving up on Bryce after a rookie year with the worst wide receiver core I've ever seen in my life?
Cause Donnie, you can't be bad and then
that's-
be a little ass
that's
nigga, Donnie. I'm gonna be honest with you,
You
man.
can be
You
bad.
can't be bad and then be 5'10",
can be bad.
199 pounds, dog.
You can be.
You ain't got no legs.
You can
You
be.
are,
bad.
you are
No,
a
he has
small
legs.
frame
He
quarterback.
has
You ain't
legs.
built stout like Russell Wilson.
I
Like,
mean,
dog, what am I looking forward to in this nigga, dog?
he gets ran
What am I
down
looking
pretty
forward
much.
to?
I don't
Having
know
the
what
greatest
I'm worried
O-line
about
you
his
can play
build.
behind, having the best receivers.
What
What
you worried
you
about
gonna
his
do to get
build
it
for? He
done?
play football.
What
He played
Bryce?
football.
Yeah, listen, and this was my issue with Bryce. This is why I always like
Am I
Stroud
expecting
more
a
than
49
Bryce
receiver so he
isn't.
can be Brock Purdy?
Bryce isn't the most toursy guy. He doesn't have this big time arm. He's
Nope.
a good athlete, but like he's not a Kyler athlete or a
Not for
Lamar
his size.
athlete.
Not for his
Hey,
size.
do you
No,
think?
he's not that kind of athlete?
Facts.
Yes, he's undersized, so it's harder to see the middle of the field. Although he does it better, at least in college and right away, better than a guy like Kyler. Because Kyler was really bad in his rookie year throwing over the middle, and he's still not that great at it. But Bryce showed
Yeah, but running
in
a
his
full
rookie year
forward
it was
will help you
better
with
than
that, though,
Kyler.
Donnie.
So listen, and that's why I keep giving the Kyler comp, because I thought those two were super similar, except for the fact that I thought Bryce was a lot more pro.
But if Bryce had Kyler's feet, we would have a conversation, though, Donnie. Kyler will smoke your motherfucking boots.
Why does he need to have Kyler?
But let me ask this question: Do y'all think he can get better from here, though? Like, honestly.
Thank you, Kyler got a cannon.
Yeah,
I do.
Like, but how much?
I think he can get better.
But like, not only. But I'm not just saying better because because I'm being real with you, I think everybody can get better. But how much better do you think he can get?
Bryce Young
that's the conversation we need to have.
Like Pro Bowl, really good. Like Pro Bowl level.
He showed flashes later on in the year that he actually started understanding the game better. His clock started speeding up. He was not afraid to make throws. That's what Bryce Young started showing later on in the year. But the grand majority of the year, it was ass. It was terrible.
Okay, so then why are we like just? Like, I don't know. Then why are we like so hard on him, knowing that this is his rookie season?
Well, early the Panthers,
and knowing that like
I'm not hard on him.
I understand he's little right
early,
in 5'10",
Panthers fan.
but
it's like his Panthers fans can't revolt.
Ain't shit revolt. Ain't shit revolt. I paid for actual tickets, nigga.
I took your shit.
Because I travel too much. I have season tickets, nigga, that people pay me for because I can't get to all the games. I'm a real Panthers fan. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing about Bryce Young, which I keep trying to tell y'all about Bryce Young. When you got a nigga like CJ, and that's the thing y'all keep. If no other quarterback was good in this draft, and we had Bryce had a bad season, okay, goddamn it, whatever. But when there is a listen, dog, if I'm in the club, Slim, and I'm in the club, and I see me a girl that look good, right, and I get her, right, if there was no good-looking girls in the club, then hey man, I got me a little something. But if I know it was a Rihanna in that same club, and I went and got this chick that worked for Nationwide, I'm gonna be upset, y'all. Like, you niggas drafted. Do you not realize? Y'all drafted Tony Braxton, but y'all had Whitney Houston number 2. What are we talking about?
That's a horrible analogy because I could easily say outside of AR-15, all them other quarterbacks, C.J. Stroud and Will Levis, both struggle like dogs over there in Carolina. And the only reason why I say AR-15 could succeed is because of his wheels, nigga. He's gonna be able to pull off that shit, Justin. But
you know what's crazy though? The same way we were talking about Nico Collins the year before. I think CJ good enough to make one of them receivers have a good season. I'm not gonna lie to you, because when you want to get Brown, we talking about 400 yards a season, 500 yards a season, and I think CJ would have had the moxie to get that ball on the field regardless, take some of them hits, but still stay that motherfucker down and get it out of the field.
Adam Thielen had 1,100 early.
But you saying no help over there. I know he had them. I'm the one who keep preaching that 100 catches. We said no help over there.
The nigga that didn't break open, he got him 1,100. Fuck out of here.
But he's a more short game receiver anyway. I mean, that's a little messy.
He got 1,100 yards and averaged less than 10 yards per catch.
Don't make
exactly. Or he's a hard, quick route type receiver. That's just who he is right now.
Don't move the goalposts. Don't move.
Yeah, because once
what is Adam Thielen do if he plays for the Chiefs this year?
Oh, he would do similar stuff to Rashee Rice. Those quick routes, and then he'll catch the ball. He'll catch the ball, actually. It's crazy. He'll do exactly the thing.
Yo.
You're also comparing Andy Reid to
Mahomes made Adam Thielen like Steve Largent to play for this year, dog. That would be his motherfucking best friend, dog. He would be feeding that boy this year. Because the route technician that Adam Thielen is and has been since Minnesota, like, come on, dog. What are we talking about? Like, yeah, you're right. I think I had a great season. Cause I mean, dog, you throwing the ball to a nigga eventually. If you throw to him enough, I look at CeeDee Lamb. As good as we think CeeDee Lamb is, he got overfed. Of course you had something to y'all. I'm a feed this motherfucker all the time, and I'm putting you in different route trees. I'm putting you in different places on the field. Yes. But at the end of the day, when you watch the film, a lot of times Bryce Young was scary back there. It was times when he had time, guys, and was jittery back there. It was times where instead of actually trying to make something happen, he folded. So all that Alabama shit where he make things happen on the fly, I watched this nigga have times where he could do something with it, but instead he'll slide or he'll go down because I don't want that hit. I watched that.
I don't disagree with a lot what you're saying, but my question is, why are you giving up on a rookie?
Here's the thing, though. Here's why I don't fool myself. I don't think Bryce can be nothing great, so I'm not finna take that. I don't think he'd be nothing great, Donnie. I don't think he'd be great. Period.
I just think it's unfair to give up on a rookie, man.
Y'all be wanting these Ryan Tannehill type niggas who play your team for 10 years and don't get shit done. I don't want that.
I think it's more
unfair. The sooner you get rid of a nigga like that, the better. Don't let that nigga sit around for 7-8 years, dog. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want
but I
mediocrity
think-
quarterback for
but
10
I-
years. I did
but
that
I
shit
think-
with James Delone.
Okay.
There, I got
But I
Daniel
think
Jones on my
I'm not
team.
gonna
I don't know how
lie,
you
but I'm
feel.
not gonna
I
lie.
did
I think
that.
it's more
I
unfair.
watched Jake
No.
Delone. Leave that
No.
quarterback play for 10 seasons on my team,
I'm
dog.
not
But I
even-
think
I'm not
And he
even
wasn't
finna
I
good.
think it's more unfair. No, I think it's more
Tell me with
unfair
that,
that
man.
you are giving up on a quarterback who was on a bad team. Period. Right?
Man, I
Like
agree.
that's the problem. So the thing is that like even he is rookie. Like yeah, I could get like sometimes like after a rookie season, sometimes people kind of like look at them and they like I don't know if this person can improve, right? Just based off of what I'm seeing, right? And it's like okay, I get that, but you acting like he came with his team and he had like a Justin Jefferson already on the team, or he had a Derrick Henry or so, like just had guys who could like move the needle.
Your
Already.
best receiver was 33, man.
Well, Low-High, do me a favor, Low-High. Name me an Alabama quarterback in the last 7 years that did anything for anybody in the NFL.
Tua and
Jalen.
Why are we
Hurts.
helmet scouting?
Jalen Hurts, Oklahoma. Stop doing that. That's
Why
Oklahoma
Alabama
guy.
quarterback?
Why
He got
Alabama
he got his money in
my
Oklahoma,
bad,
dog.
don't kill me.
You
my
niggas
bad.
benched
Why are we
him.
helmet scouting?
Y'all benched
He's
him.
an Alabama
Let's be
quarterback.
real.
Why are we
You're
helmet
not even
scouting?
finna go through this. He's an
That's
Alabama
fair.
quarterback.
He
bro.
did become him at Oklahoma. I ain't
And,
gonna
and,
lie.
oh,
No,
okay,
no,
okay, that's
He
cool,
reached
right?
the end
What
of his
did Tua
development.
need to be a decent quarterback? What did he need? The best receiver in the fucking NFL?
Every quarterback
Why are we
needs
helmet
weapons.
scouting? That's my
Every
question.
quarterback needs weapons. What quarterback don't need weapons?
Mahomes, and that's probably it.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, yeah, the all-time greats, yeah.
Is Bryce not really accurate?
Bro, he's
No,
beyond
Bryce is
accurate,
really
bro.
accurate.
So first
Does he
off,
not have
No,
good
if you had to
anticipation?
compare him, Bama, give me a nigga, Bama. If you
Does
had
he
to
not have
compare, just give me a nigga that makes
anticipation?
me feel believe in him. Who
this
could
is what I
he
would
be?
say. This is what I want to say.
Mobile
right?
Drew Brees.
This is what I want to say. The next
Mobile
time you
Drew
watch
Brees.
all 22,
Yep.
next
You
time
put
you
who
watch
over
all
Drew
22,
You put
I'm not
who
saying
over Drew
over. He's
Brees?
not over Drew Brees. I said a mobile.
Running a 4.7,
No.
mobile. Okay.
Yeah, he can move his
Why
leg.
not?
He can run.
Dude, he runs like a
What does that matter if
4.4.
you run a
a
4.7?
He runs a 4 what?
Bryce Young
He runs like
struggled
a
to run away from
He runs like a
defensive
4.5,
linemen.
man. So
I'll be honest.
He's not a
He
4.7.
struggled.
He's like a 4.5,
Because-
4.4.
Because first off, the only reason Bryce struggles to run away from defense is because he looks down. He's an improviser. He's just not a scrambling.
That's not a
quarterback.
good
He's not
excuse.
dual
If you're an
threat.
improviser,
He's
you
an
can't be slowing down
He
that
looks-
much, especially when you're afraid to get
He's
hit.
He's looking for a play downfield. Y'all don't watch Bryce. That's why I said earlier. The next time you watch all 22, have the coach up there with you. Watch your hands, and I'm gonna quiz you every time to see if you know what you're looking
What
at.
you mean
Because
having a coach
you-
with me? Bama,
and
do you coach the
Riddell
NFL
don't
or
know
a
what y'all
college
be looking
team?
like.
I don't want a
Y'all-
coach who's unemployed, my nigga. Like, what are we talking about? Let's
The
be
only
real.
reason
I know
I
NFL
just
players,
choose
and I
not
didn't
to
have to sit down with somebody. I haven't sat down with an NFL quarterback.
At the end of the day, did you go to school for coaching?
No,
Yes or
I went to school for sports
Oh,
communication.
okay. My
I
point
went to
is
school for sports communication, though. I definitely did.
You just talk sports. So again, I've learned how to analyze players. So again,
So you
based
went
off
to
my
school for
degree,
something you don't do.
I chose not to do it. Take up a lot of time.
So what the hell you do it for
At the-
then?
but-
What
but
you
at the
do it
end-
for?
But at the end of the
To
day,
tell
my
niggas,
degree-
you did it so you could tell niggas on the podcast. I coached in, I did coaching in college.
No,
Is that
I
what
do
you
it to
do?
expose
To say
niggas
it?
that don't watch football like you, that don't know football, that don't know what the fuck they looking at. I did it to expose niggas like you. How about that?
But Bama,
So, the next time
how
you
many
watch
times
all
have you
22,
exposed yourself with your Alabama
I
love?
want you to watch.
You
I
are
want
biased.
to watch
I
it
can't
with you
believe
in
you
all
because you're
22.
biased to Alabama.
I'm not
You will
biased.
say anything about any one of them niggas and cheer them on. You got every jersey, including Henry Ruggs. You have every Alabama jersey, dog. How
Henry
about
Ruggs
you
was a
trust
true
your knowledge of the
Henry
game
Ruggs
when you
was a-
so damn biased?
That has nothing to do. What Henry Ruggs did off the field had nothing to do with what he did on the
I'm
field.
not,
That's why I got his
I'm not
jersey.
saying that. I'm just saying you have everybody's jersey. You want a nigga telling me his sister is the beautifulest girl in the world? Because that's his sister. You supposed to say that, nigga. You supposed to say Bryce Young is good because you're an Alabama fan. But at the end of the day, these niggas still sit up here and say after 4 games they would take AR over him. So do you. So how much you believe in the nigga when you play the whole season?
Just because
Not
you're a
only
fan
that,
of a
and
team.
you're the first pick overall, your team is going to suck. So
Just
stop
because
that.
early.
He had a bad
The reason-
team. Duh.
The reason why I said I would take AR-15 because I understand scouting of players and traits and attributes and how well it would transfer from one team to another. So one thing when you have a bad O-line, what benefits you is when you have a uber athletic quarterback like an Anthony Richardson, 4'40", 6'5", 230 pounds. So they can hide the inefficiencies of horrible O-lines, a la what we saw with Justin Fields. How many times you saw that
You mad at me
O-line
for one that
Chicago
guy? You proved me
breakdown,
right.
and he run around in circles, and then he end up chucking the line back in the end
Early,
zone?
take your phone real quick.
It is not too many quarterbacks that can do that.
Who said
So
that?
therefore,
Riddell.
I'm going to say AR-15 would be able to succeed in a situation like that. Now, all the other quarterbacks that are pocket guys, CJ Stroud, Will Levis, bro, I said the same thing. They're going to look just like Bryce over there. They're going to look just like him. Because what you sitting there and saying, you putting off the situation that they was in, and I will guarantee you, I want somebody to sit up here and lie, was the Titans and the Texans a worse team? I'm talking about just remove the quarterbacks. Were those teams worse than Carolina? Were those teams?
Lions and Panthers are on par. Texans, no.
Nah.
Titans and Panthers are on par.
I think you're underestimating how bad the Titans actually were, man. Like I know they had D-Hop, but
How about this,
Yeah,
guys? How about
Tua,
this? Let's say this.
Yeah,
If Bryce
that
Young goes
offensive
number 2
line
to the
was
Texans,
legit the worst in the league.
if Bryce
They had
Young
the worst
goes
offensive line.
number 2 to the Texans, does he have a season CJ Stroud did?
The best offensive lineman was Rashawn Slater. Or not Rashawn Slater.
I mean, he doesn't have to have the same season, but you don't think it'll be better than what he already had this year with a better team?
Is that Gabe?
Yes.
What's happening, Gabe? Love you, man.
That's good.
Hey, here's the thing, though. I do believe that in Bryce's situation, right? And this thing, I mean, y'all not getting that. What Bama really want to say is, if Bryce Young went somewhere that was great, he would be great. Well, duh, nigga, you play for Alabama. You used to that. You used to play for great teams and being great. But all I'm saying is, if you're going to get a guy with the first overall pick, 9 out of 10, that means your team is ass. The reason you had the first overall pick is because your team is ass. So you might not be good for 2 or 3 years.
Well,
You think I want to see 3 years of Bryce Young?
They traded up in the number.
They traded up. They didn't even have that bad of a team to get that. They actually traded up.
I got one
And
question. I got one question. With that same logic,
But they gave away so much in the
With
last
that
2 or
same
3
logic
years
early.
to get that.
they gave
But you know what? I will say this. I will say
DJ
this,
Moore
though.
was
I will
that's
say
more in
this,
the
though.
front office than Bryce Young.
early. Would you say not with that same logic that you can say the same thing about CJ though? Like I play with a great team, so of course I'm gonna be great with a great
I mean,
team.
that team wasn't great. I don't
That's
think.
what I'm saying. Like,
I look
y'all,
at the Texans
y'all,
like
yo,
Yes,
yo,
he's-
CJ was so
No,
good.
Yeah,
the
really
Texans
not.
isn't that great.
The
The Texans is a good team. They weren't great, but I'm saying what Ernie said.
Let me
The
say
same
this.
He
logic.
was so good. Now we said the Texans were good. But
Whoa, no. I'm not talking about the Texans. I'm saying with the same logic you said, where Bryce Young if Bryce Young went to a great team, he will look great or whatever, right? You can say the same thing about CJ Stroud, right?
I think CJ wins 6 or 7 games with the Panthers, period. I'm going to keep saying it. Period.
I agree.
But what is that, bro? It's still bad.
I just showed you guys 17-20, 30-33, 21-24.
But I will say, I will say this though: if you guys, because this draft with all the wide receivers they have right now is stacked. So if the Panthers can wind up getting a wide receiver that's projected to be good, and
They have to wait till the second round. They don't get a first rounder.
they don't got. Oh dang, never mind.
They can get like
some people though.
I mean, they have pick 33. That's
We
basically
got 30 minutes left, fellas, right?
Yeah. They can get like Lad maybe.
Everybody
they can get. They're getting a good receiver. Though.
Everybody's in here. Donnie,
and also
JJ,
they have the Giants second round pick too from the Burns trade. So
yeah, I think so.
They have it's like pick 39 or something.
Everybody in here, right? We got Johnny, we got Donnie, JJ, we got Hellfire, we got
Malik,
Loha, we got Bama, and then what's my guy's name? LFB.
Malik. Yep.
Malik. Are you guys willing to get a little debate off? It won't be the same money because niggas is kind of late, not showing up. But are you guys willing to get a debate off to do a debate off?
Yeah,
I'm done.
Sure.
All right, cool. So let's put teams together. Gabe, are you talking sports? Are you debating?
Yeah, I'll try my best.
All right, cool. Here's what we'll do.
Yes, sir.
We'll do give me Hellfire versus Loha. Give me Donnie versus JJ, and then give me Malik versus Gabe.
Who's Gabe?
Gabe is what's your emoji, Gabe?
That's a thumb. That's pop.
Your thumb. What is thumb?
Pops, man.
Here's what we'll do. We'll do because we want to get this quick. You get 1 round, right? You get 1 round. The last 3 we'll do a triple threat match. 4 rounds, first to 2. That's that.
Okay. Can you repeat what you just said because I was just on the phone with my sister. I'm not gonna lie. I was just on the phone. Like, it was an important call.
All right, Lohi. So look, here's the thing, Lohi. You got it's 6 people, okay? You're gonna get 1 round apiece to debate. Whoever wins the debate moves to the next round. The final 3 people will have a triple threat match, 4 rounds, first to 2. It's gonna be quick matches, 30 seconds. We'll give you a
Wait, can you open like 45, bro?
Do we pick the topics or y'all give the topics?
We'll give you 45, guys. 30 minutes left. We'll give you 45 in the final round. Okay. But this first round is quick. Get this shit over with. We'll give you 35 seconds to be nice.
Do y'all pick the topics or we pick the topics?
We pick the topics. You guys just go at. Whoever has the best answer moves to the next round. Okay.
Okay.
First round up, we have Low High versus Hellfire. Bama, Bradell, and me are the judges. You guys have a topic.
I'm sorry.
Winner of it all wins $40. Winner of it all wins $40. Okay.
W. Okay.
Cool.
Gas money's a W.
All right. What's the topic, early?
I like this. So we talked a lot about JJ McCarthy beginning of this round, man, and basically what beginning of the show and what he can do and where he can go. But name me the best scenario for JJ McCarthy to go to where he can win, okay? 35, well, not win, but where he can be productive right away. Not sitting behind nobody, none of that. If you say that, I will penalize you. Name places he can go right now and be a starting NFL quarterback and be productive. 35 seconds on the clock. Are you ready, Riddell? You got the clock ready?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. 3, 2, 1. First up is the vet, my boy Hellfire. Hellfire, go.
My spot for JJ to be able to produce right away and win will be Vegas. They have the offensive situation set up for him with Devontae Adams. I like the coaching with Antonio Pierce. I like what they did with being able to get pieces that they needed to get shored up. The defensive side of the ball was mostly retained. And I feel like with the way that team is built and the culture, that JJ will be able to beat out Aiden O'Connell and provide what is needed for that Vegas team to potentially be a wild card team this year.
All right.
What time you got left?
1 second.
Right, cool.
He's good.
I'll be real with you. Okay, cool. All right. 35 seconds on the clock. 3 second countdown. Low High, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Show me something, Low High.
All right, so I think the Vikings is probably the best scenario for him to be able to be a starting quarterback, and also for him to possibly get to the playoffs, mainly because of the simple fact that they have a wide receiver in Justin Jefferson who's top 3-ish, right, somewhere around that range. He's he can catch the ball, and then of course they made some moves this offseason to also get a running back as well. That came from Green Bay over to that team. So okay, yeah.
You're muted.
Early, you're muted.
I'm gonna start off by saying I love what you did there, Hellfire, but I am gonna penalize you for not bringing that Max Crosby. Okay, you could have sold me all the way down the river if you gave me Max Crosby. Okay, that's the main reason with that team. Okay, best defensive lineman in the game. Fuck what y'all say about Myles Garrett. I do like the Vikings pick up too, but I feel like Low High didn't say enough. So for me, I'm gonna go with Hellfire this round. This one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Hellfire too. I also agree, Low High. You didn't say enough. You just said Vikings playoffs. Jadis is good. At least Hellfire kind of went in depth a little bit more, talking about obviously you brought up Devontae, the defense, the culture. So yeah, I'm going to Hellfire.
All right, well we tied out, but just in case, Bama, who would you go with?
I would have went with Hellfire just because that is a legit spot just based off a quarterback like for McCarthy. That'll be the best place, good veteran receiver. You know what I mean? Go down the list. But yeah, that was a good pick, Hellfire.
All right, cool. So Hellfire, you make it to the next round. All right, give me JJ. I want that last. Give me Gabe and give me Malik.
All right. Hey, don't make me nervous, bro.
Okay.
Bet. Gabe Malik.
Don't get me nervous, bro.
This is acting up, bro. StreamYard.
Don't make fun of me neither. I'm gonna try my best.
Yo,
there we go.
Is wrong for sure, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Malik, Gabe, we here.
Yep, I'm here.
All right, so let me think of a good topic for you guys.
Yeah, don't hold me neither. Come on.
Hilarious. No, hold me is hilarious. Let's do
I got a
this.
question.
Okay, go ahead. What you got, Riddell?
All right. My question is, when it comes down to it, who will be the best team in the AFC East next year? And Aaron Rodgers is healthy. So everybody's healthy. Who will be the best team?
Oh boy.
Who's going first?
Yeah, who's going first?
We'll go Malik. Test yourself. Let's see what you got here. Gabe's a vet. So we'll give you 35 seconds on the clock. You know the question?
Yeah, for sure. Who's the best team in the AFC East?
All right, cool. 3 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1, go.
Actually, yeah, okay. I wanted to say Aaron Rodgers because that's my personal favorite quarterback ever. But I'm gonna go with Josh Allen, not just because he's been running the division, but I see them making a lot more moves this offseason, getting more weapons for him to work with. I see them fixing a lot of things as, they fired their offensive coordinator, so I think they're going to get a coordinator that he can work with better. I also see them making, I see them, they have been losing a lot of guys in free agency, such as Proyer and a lot of other players, but I just can't believe in Tua. I just every end of the year, he doesn't pull through. I can't take Aaron Rodgers for it, coming off a meniscus with his old age, and the Jets have a lot of holes they got to fill also. I'm definitely not taking the Patriots. They have no chance to win the division. I don't even think, even if they got to.
So, just to be sure, Riddell, what was the question one more time?
Who will be the best team in the AFC East, barring everybody's healthy?
Okay, cool. Just being sure. All right, Gabe, 35 seconds on the clock. Gabe, don't be biased now. 35
Hey,
seconds.
it don't matter my bias because I really do think the Dolphins could be the best team in the division because one, he mentioned they lost Jordan Poyer and we picked him up on our defense. We got rid of Vic Fangio and I don't know who we picked up, but I feel like they're going to utilize the defense way better. We did lose some key pieces, but I like the replacements that we made on the defense. Tua, Tyreek are going to have more continuity. Tua is going to be more accurate this year. He's going to be great. The offense is going to be amazing. Last year when Jalen Ramsey came back, we had one of the best defenses in the whole league. So barring all health, throughout this whole year, I feel like we'll have one of the best defense in the league. We're gonna have the best offense in the league, or one of the best offenses in the league, in my opinion. And the coaching, obviously, we have one of the best coaches in the league, so that's why I think we're gonna have the best team in the AFC East.
Okay, Riddell, you go first.
That was an interesting one. I thought you guys both made interesting points. I will say that I don't think the Bills fired their offensive coordinator last year. They have, I believe, Joe Brady. I think they're sticking with him, so I don't think they're getting a new one. And you did bring up the old age and stuff with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I mean, I'm saying he's healthy, so I'm gonna have to dock a little points. You talked about how they lost a lot of things and they're just gonna get better, but you didn't talk about what exactly they're gonna get to be better. Whereas Gabe, at the very least, he talked about how the defense is gonna be better. Jalen Ramsey, now Jordan Poyer, he stole that from you, and the offense is gonna be better with more continuity. So I like Gabe's argument more, so I'm gonna go Gabe.
Yo.
So we'll go get Bab. You go ahead.
I can't see the names, bro. I gotta go with LFB though.
Oh, okay. Malik, that's love.
Oh, Malik, yeah,
just love. Appreciate you.
Why?
Yep. All right. So shut up, Gabe. So for me, I think Gabe made a lot of good points. My only problem with LFB or Malik was one. You said you didn't actually say the team. You just said Josh.
No, I meant to say Bills when I
I know you meant to, but you didn't. So I gotta penalize you for that. And Joe Brady didn't. They definitely kept him. So I'm gonna go with Gabe on this one. I think he told me a little bit more, even with his biasness. So I'll go with Gabe. So Gabe, you make it to the next round. Next up, give me Donnie and give me
GG's.
Cinderella run. Okay, Gabe.
Damn,
that's what I do.
JJ, we running it back
again. It's crazy, man.
Oh, y'all the Titans, man. Y'all the big dogs. So let me think of something good for you two fellas. Let me think of something good for you two fellas. Okay, cool. So we talked about Cam Newton naming guys to be game managers and basically, with the basic stigma that game managers have created over the years. So for this one, give me your greatest game manager of all time.
Oh, I got one.
Can we take out Brady? Just the
no Brady, but no Brady.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one.
35 seconds on the clock. JJ, you got to prove yourself from Tuesday. You go first. 35 seconds on the clock. 3-second countdown. 3, 2, 1. Are you ready, Riddell?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Show me something, JJ.
I think Nick Foles is the greatest game manager of all time, personally, because of the fact that when you go and consider what he did after Carson Wentz went down, and he held it down for the majority of the time towards the end of that season before they entered the playoffs, and the Eagles just wholeheartedly he stepped it up, he took it up a whole nother level, you know what I'm saying, and really brought them up and took them to the Super Bowl. So I look at Nick Foles, with the talent that he did, the cerebralness that he's, his IQ, the way he was looking down teams and just was able to pick apart teams. I really want to give Nick Foles, the greatest game manager of all time, So that's how I feel about it, and I think Nick Foles really deserves it.
Time. All right, Nick Foles.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Having a nigga who played for your team bias be a great game manager is a cheat code, but man, I like the answer. 35 seconds on the clock. Are you ready, Riddell?
Yep.
Donnie, 3, 2, 1. Show me something.
All right, so I'm going to go with Kurt Warner. This was a guy who went undrafted and goes to one of the greatest offensive situations of all time, the greatest show on turf. He has Isaac Bruce. He has Torrey Holt. He has, the Marshall Faulk at running back, and he has one of the best offensive lines in the league. He was asked to be the quarterback of a very complex offense and have these great skill positions around him. He's a 2-time MVP. He was great on the Rams and then kind of fell off a little bit once he got to the Giants. And then he had those nice resurgence years with Arizona whenever he was back to that, good team status around him. I love Kurt Warner. I think he's the perfect idea for this.
Time.
Damn.
You muted early.
That was a good round. What? I like that little round. Okay. Bama, what you got?
They need one more round. This is what we talking about right here, man. This is what we talking about right here, man.
All right, cool.
This is
Bama say it got to be done.
This is what we talking about. This is a debate right here. This is a real debate. Good job, y'all.
Bama, you got a question?
I would probably say for both of y'all, convince me on who was the best prospect coming out of college.
Wait, what year?
Wait. You mean Nick Foles or Kurt Warner?
No, not the players. Just any player coming out of college, right? That's NFL prospects. Convince me on who was the best one. Recent. Don't pick no old heads. Like let's do.
Okay, well I'll just go with.
Yeah, so basically saying who's your greatest NFL prospect to come out of the draft?
Okay, well,
in this specific draft or in the last few drafts?
In this draft or like the last few. What's the cutoff?
2010 and up. 2010.
Okay, I got mine. Okay.
All right. You went first last round, so Donnie, you go first this round. 35 seconds on the clock. Riddell, you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Donnie, show me something.
Okay, so for me, my greatest prospect of all time is Myles Garrett. This was a guy at A&M who day one as a true freshman went into A&M and dominated. He was amazing in the SEC all 3 years as a starter. He has it all, man. The power, the athleticism, the speed, the bend. He has everything that you look for. He was a little bit technically refined. Maybe he needed a little bit more, and that's why he did kind of struggle his rookie year a little bit. However, he had such generational tools. He tested as a 99.9% athlete, just something that you don't find in nowadays NFL, combined with the fact that he was versatile to play out at 5 tech and play in 3 tech as well. For me, Myles Garrett.
All right.
Hey man, that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
JJ, get in your bag, bro. Because that was a good round.
Let's go,
35 seconds on the clock. JJ, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Riddell, you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Show me something, JJ.
So I'm picking Jamar Chase because of the fact that when you look at Jamar Chase and what he's done with the LSU team, you know what I'm saying? That LSU team was loaded, but and people could really argue, they were trying to make arguments for Justin Jefferson being the number one receiver on that team. But when you really look at it, you got Jamar Chase being the best contested catcher in college football during the time, you know what I'm saying? Being one of the best receiver, probably the best receiver in college football, you know what I'm saying? He literally sat there and took a whole year off during the year after Joe Burrow left, and was still able to go top 6 in this NFL draft. And the fruits of that showed when he went to the Bengals and turned them into one of the top offenses.
All right, so look, that was so good. I'm gonna give you a 30-second rebuttal. 35 on the clock right now, Riddell. Right now. 30 seconds on the clock.
Wait, rebuttal. Like I counter his argument. Is that what you're saying?
You counter his, he counter yours. So you go first, Donnie. 30 seconds on the clock. 3,
I'm ready.
2, 1. Donnie, show me something.
So the reason I'm going to disagree with that, and I'm not going to use Myles Garrett, I'm going to say another prospect. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is just better than Jamar Chase. Marvin Harrison Jr., I think the ball tracking is just unbelievable. This guy is super flexible hips and is able to make those crazy sideline contested catches, much similar to Chase. However, he's a lot bigger. He's a better route runner. I'd argue he's a better athlete. He's not the after-the-catch monster that Jamar was, because in college, I mean, that dude was breaking tackles left and right. He was going over the middle and getting stuff after the catch. So for me, it would be Marvin, but I don't think Chase is that bad of an answer either.
Time.
All right, 30 seconds on the clock. Let's get straight to it. JJ, 3, 2, 1, rebuttal.
And to refute your point on why you would say Marvin Harrison is better than Jamar. I mean, to factor in the fact that Jamar was just a big play threat automatically. When he got into the league in the NFL, he turned the Bengals offense, which was one of the lowest in explosive plays, and turned them into literally the top 3 in explosive plays. Not only that, I feel like even though Myles Garrett, is very explosive, very violent with his hands, I feel like you could argue that Jamar Chase's value on the team brought up a team with the Bengals that turned them into a really good team. So think about the Penix Sewell and the Jamar Chase debate. You know what I'm saying? Jamar really turned them into a better offense.
Damn, JJ, we're good. We're good at this.
Yeah, this is even if we pick a winner, no one really lost. I wish they could pay both of y'all because that was a real good debate. I'm gonna go first. The reason why I picked Donnie. My God, dog, you gotta know ball. The best Myles Garrett, I don't think y'all understand, from start to finish was an animal, right? To where no matter what DN, you can say Dallas Turner all you want to. I'm an Alabama guy. Will Anderson, Dallas Turner, nowhere near what Myles Garrett was coming out. And that's what I'm saying. You can find other receivers to where I could be like, oh man, they might have been just as good as Chase. I feel you on that. Chase did elevate, but the reason where you lost me with DeForest elevating the team, if you look at this past season, dog, they was Myles Garrett, and he was literally winning games with game-winning tackles and sacks this whole season for the Browns, to where they could just plug Joe Flacco in and they go to the playoffs. So if that don't speak to impact, I don't know what will move you for his impact in the team, and that's on the defensive end. You see what I'm saying? And he affects how well the offensive plays from defense. So I gotta go with Myles Garrett.
And even though you made your choice, could I just refute one thing though?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I feel like when you factor in impact, I mean, like I said, I think I don't know what else should move you more than the fact that you, instead of going and protect your quarterback, you went and got another weapon, and he turned your offense into literally to bring you to a Super Bowl just based off of what he was able to do as a receiver. I mean, that impact shows in itself. Explosive plays, like I said, they were literally bought towards the bottom of the league when it comes to that. And so, like, once he got on that team, they literally went from bottom of the league to a top 3 team in terms of 20-plus yards.
I'm not debating that. The reason why I'm not debating that, I feel you, but I would probably say it was pressure on Joe Burrow too, because you got to remember, Joe Burrow told them to draft Chase instead of offensive lineman. So Joe Burrow also had the pressure on showing that it had to work as well too, JJ, because you went into the front office like, hey, instead of getting the O-line, which the GM was finna do, like them boys was finna draft Penix Sewell with that 5th pick, but Joe Burrow convinced them to get Jamar Chase, which it did pay off. They went to the Super Bowl. I applaud you on that. But at the end of the day, with that ceiling, that raising the floor of what they had, dog, that had to go to Joe Burrow too, because he stuck his neck out for Chase. Like if they didn't do that, they would have been looking at Joe Burrow funny. He probably wouldn't have got the money that he got this past season. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So the pressure was on both of them. You know what I'm saying? Versus just out the blue, you lose Nick Chubb, you lose Deshaun Watson, and for that boy to be able to have that team go to the playoffs, and it looked like it might have been better with Joe Flacco than Deshaun Watson, who they pay $250 million for. Like, dog, that is impact. If it's not, if I don't know what is. Like I said, I see your point, but I'm just saying I feel like you could definitely factor in both sides of impact and see what it shows for both teams. Yeah,
I mean,
I say both of y'all. I ain't saying it that you was just bad.
Yeah, no, I got you. No, and I'm not saying that. I'm just picking just to pick at that little point right there. It's all good.
I mean, it was a good debate, regardless. I'm gonna my pick. I'll say this: the first round was good from both ends, Jamar and Myles Garrett. So, I mean, for me, I don't really pay attention to college, so I'll just really listen to what you guys are saying. And I'll be honest, that rebuttal round that sold me for Donnie because it was very interesting that you, instead of tearing apart Jamar, you just said, "Well, he's not even the best wide receiver prospect. Marvin Harrison Jr. is better." I was like, "Oh, that's smart. That's a smart way to go about it." And then you kind of broke down the tools too. So I think the rebuttal round got me. So I'm going to go with Donnie on this one. And I think that's 2 for Donnie, but.
There's Riley. There he is.
So I would have went Donnie too, simply because I think that as great as Jamar Chase is, I think, like I said, I think he disputed. It's a guy coming to draft this year who I think will probably be the greatest receiver prospect other than Calvin Johnson and Randy Moss. So for me, mostly because Jamar Chase needs somebody to be great, which Myles Garrett doesn't. And if you'd have went with like Cam Newton or something, I'm not gonna lie, you'd smoke his boots. You would have smoked his boots. Especially leading your team, especially doing basically Cam Newton twice. Leading a Auburn team to the national championship and winning it with nothing, a team that fell off completely the year after, and then doing it again in the NFL with the Panthers team that year, I would have took Cam Newton all day, every day. But again, Jamar is great, but as a prospect for all positions, I don't even think he top 5 in the last 10 years. So Myles Garrett is a guy, again, by himself, can create havoc on every snap. Don't need no help. Don't need no quarterback throw it to him. He is a one-man wrecking crew, so I got to go with Myles Garrett. But JJ, that was a hell of a fucking round.
JJ, we know ball, man. We know ball.
Period. So look, do we have a show after this?
Yeah, I think they do got
off from the logo. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna say this, guys. Can you guys be here Tuesday?
Hey,
Donnie,
What? Yeah.
I'd love to.
Gabe, and Hellfire.
Yeah, I could.
Donnie, can you be here Tuesday at 4:00?
Yes, I can.
And Gabe, can you be here Tuesday at 4:00?
Yeah.
Okay. Next Tuesday, y'all.
Oh Lord.
Hello. We good? Hello, you good?
Yeah, we good.
Yeah. So next Tuesday, y'all will battle it out, and we're gonna get this going. Okay. It'll be for 50. Okay. It'll be for 50. Listen, there are 4 rounds. Okay.
Not even supposed to be here.
There are 4 rounds. Matter of fact, I'll make it 5 rounds. Okay. 5 rounds, first to 3 wins. Okay. If any of you guys smoke the boots and do 3 straight wins, I'm throwing in an extra 50 to make it $100 prize.
Wow.
Okay. If any of y'all smoke the competition to get all 3 straight through, nothing to talk about. So,
Gabe, I'm here for that Cinderella run, man.
For sure. I'm not even supposed to be here. Come back.
So
Come on.
come back Tuesday.
Bro, really does have a part one
This
story.
motherfucker out. I will, make some phone calls, try to get some more people in here to watch this extravaganza. We will start the first hour of the show with that. But JJ, I got your cash out. I'll give you 10 for proving Bama wrong by the quarterbacks. Make sure I get that, JJ, when we get out of here. But yeah, next week, $50 prize, grand prize. If you guys smoke their boots and win all 3 rounds, I will give y'all $50 extra, make it $100 grand prize. But guys, man, I'm looking forward to see you guys next Tuesday. Show up and
JJ.
be ready. These questions will be no research, hands up, final round. Okay,
Yep.
So you better know ball. Okay,
Oh man.
okay? Bring a camera. Okay,
All right.
all right, man. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Nah,
4
that's
minutes
it.
left?
4 minutes left.
I want to just ask everybody this one thing.
Go
How
for
do
it.
you guys feel about Jayden Daniels' elbow at the pro day? I just want to throw that out there. What do you guys think about that?
Oh,
It
that
was
was
weird.
real?
It
That
looked
was
weird.
I
real?
saw that
to be honest.
picture, but it was pretty bad, and it sounds like it is an injury that might. It's obviously not going to do anything crazy, but there's been a lot of
I didn't-
reports
I
of
didn't know
JJ
that was
McCarthy
real.
going top 3. So yeah, that right there. Yep.
Oh man.
I thought that was Photoshop.
Nope.
Whoa,
That's
OD.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Not gonna lie.
That
That's a
hurts.
weird looking elbow right there.
Whoa.
So my question to you guys about that is like, what are the odds that McCarthy passes Jayden in the draft? In terms of
See,
getting
Donnie, this is all that matters now. This is all that matters. This is actually, I know people are going to get upset. This is a blessing in disguise. You know why? You know why this is a blessing in disguise? Because there's a team in the 6th pick that might actually be able to get a quarterback, and that man is the Jayden Daniels on the New York Giants. That's what I'm looking for. Hey, Patriots, Commanders, I don't care. Buy into the JJ McCarthy hype. Lower Jayden Daniels stock down a little bit so he can come to the G-man. He can sit a little bit. We could suck a little bit with Daniel Jones. It's fine. And then Jayden Daniels comes in, and we get a legit quarterback in there. That's what needs to happen for sure. Come on now.
Also, is there another live stream after this on Player's Choice, or is this like the last one?
I think there's another one.
All right. Okay. Thank you guys for having me. You know, I'm trying to
come back, man. Come
Hey,
back.
I appreciate y'all having me,
Malik,
man, for sure.
Yeah, Malik and Aloha. Come back, man. Aloha.
Yeah, because I'm trying to learn more ball. I'm not
Definitely
gonna
will.
lie, man. Like, you know, I'm trying to learn more. Because honestly, this is like my first year coming back to football. I'm not gonna lie. After a while, man, like just because I've been into like more basketball over the years, dog, and so like I'm trying to learn more from y'all, man. Like it sounds like y'all know ball for real. So yeah.
So I'm
That
gonna
was
say
fun,
this too,
man. I loved
guys.
it.
For my fellas, come back next week. Get your college knowledge up too, because there will be college questions asked in this. Yeah.
I'm already okay.
Get your college knowledge up too. This won't be all NFL. This is open field, which means if it's on a football field, it will be. I mean, I might even do some arena football knowledge. I don't know.
That's nasty.
But there will be college and NFL knowledge. So, you know what I'm saying? Well, you guys have 45 seconds on the clock. The first hour will be dedicated to you guys, man. Let's get this thing
AB
going.
Daddy was the truth in arena football, though.
He was. But
yeah, man.
I guess that's been our show, man. Get everybody here early. No pun intended. Man, I appreciate y'all coming up. Let me shout out JJ, shout out Malik, Loha, Riddell, of course, the OG Big Dog Vet, Bama, Donnie, Gay, and Hellfire for winning y'all rounds, man. This is gonna be a hell of a triple threat match, man. And look forward to seeing y'all boys next week, man.
Yeah, appreciate you too, boss.
I bet. Hey, yeah, all right, we can go